There you go. There you go, son.
Cards probably not it.
Unless I could punch it. Well, well, the cards can help you punch better, technically.
Oh, so that would be
Let's see.
interesting.
Might today there'll be a critical threat in your future. Yes, yes, somebody's head will come flying off. Something crazy like that. So what happens? I can just keep drawing over and over and over again. It
Yeah,
says
I have it.
removed and then draw.
I have it set to infinite because it's like assumed like from what I've
It
seen in
goes
the
back in the deck.
yeah, I assume it goes back in the deck and gets shuffled, and anytime the character is using the deck for something. So I just
Oh,
have
I can draw
like,
9 cards. Hold up. What happens if I draw 9 cards? Did you see that?
I see a deck with the number 9
Yeah.
on it.
Oh, there's just a number 9 on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I see like a lady with 3 orbs.
Oh,
and
but if
a
I click
cross
that,
around.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
It says steel card.
a steel card. What the fuck?
DMAL wants to
know.
steal this
I
card
don't
from your
even know.
hand. Let it go or no way. What the fuck we fighting over fate?
Start stealing cards and shit.
What the fuck?
Okay, this is so cool. So
I guess
gigantic.
I guess this is for like other types of card games that for Roll20, but I just wanted to make a hero deck. I don't know about all this extra shit. How do I
Steal
look
cards.
at a steel card?
We're cheating at cards today, boys. Let's go.
Oh, I gotta play around with this, bro. No way, no way, no way. Give it a shot. All right. So y'all see the number 9 still. So what happens if? How come I don't have the 9 cards?
I don't know.
Like,
now it's gone.
I don't know.
I don't see it now. It was there before.
Oh, it's because I recalled them probably.
Click to draw, drag to deal. Oh, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Do y'all see these cards anywhere?
Let me see.
I don't see any cards.
No.
Like face down cards?
I see face down cards underneath the portrait of
On the
that
right
one.
over here.
There's a
Arrow
2 of
deck on the
diamonds
right.
up there, and then
How
there's
do
another
y'all
one over there.
see? I have literally a black map, so I'm just I'm blown away that y'all
where the
see
fuck
anything.
did 2 diamonds come from? I see
Yeah,
it.
why is there 2 of diamonds? You see that?
Now I see
No, it's
it.
gone now.
Yeah, I just
Yo,
deleted
just
it.
zoom
the
way
card.
out on the map. The cards are popping up like in random spots.
I am zoomed all the way out. That's what's crazy. I don't see.
Yeah,
shit.
it's like when you
Hold up.
draw on the when you put it on the map screen, it puts it randomly somewhere. I don't know where.
Oh wait, am I supposed to be dragging it and bringing it to a player?
See, like now there's 2
Oh,
diamonds.
is that what that is?
That's what it is. So I can get. I mean, all right, giving you a card. I mean, that doesn't really make sense with the spread, but I get that.
I guess it's for card
So-
players. Yeah.
Oh wait, do I have a deck now in front of me?
You can
Steel
trade
card,
cards.
steel card, steel
Trade-
card.
Trading cards. They what's the trade?
I think we all have. I think we all have a deck.
Yeah, I think we all have a deck. Is what it is.
I can see all the cards I dealt to you guys now. I dealt everyone like a card or 2. I'm just trying to understand what the cards like. What the purpose that would be. if
Show
we,
deck to players. Show card tooltips. Players can
I
draw
just clicked
cards.
steal card on the one over.
Cards in deck are infinite. Always a random card.
Shit says stealing, but it's just sitting there.
Straight up thievery.
When played to the tabletop, played face up. Okay.
So can you flip these cards? Steal? No, it just says stealing.
Players see number of cards. What? No. How about the front of cards? GMCs. I guess it's both. I don't know. Really, it's just so that you can click on it. Boom. Anytime you have to.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Anytime you have to like draw a card from the hero deck, just click on the deck and it'll pop.
Voice.
Oh, you.
This-
Okay.
so
So
I'm
you. Oh, I see it. So if I wanted to. Okay. Oh, that's dope. So like, if you wanted to keep drawing cards, all right, you just click on the fucking the pop-up card right above it.
Okay.
Oh, I see that.
And can you spread
that's
these out? Can you turn them into
dope.
a spread so that you can like? Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
Like I feel like you can draw them all there, and it keeps changing the top card, but I don't really know how that's gonna help me. You know what this helps me do? This helps me use
Oh, you mean if you need to like if you for ability because for those features where you have to draw multiple cards and kind of like add
Yes.
and add. Oh, I guess in
Make
that
sense of them,
I guess
yeah.
in that case I would just drag the top card to the map. Like I would do this.
Right. I'm
Right.
still having issues with that. I'm still trying to see where it goes when it goes to the map. We don't got that part down yet. All I
weird.
can see is that this would be useful with the Harrowed feat that says like once per day you draw a card from a Harrowed deck you own, and then for the rest of the day you can
Do you
apply
guys see
that bonus
Do you
to a
guys see?
D20 roll.
Do you guys see the cards
Yeah.
that I'm?
It
Okay.
works for that entire. Oh, you
put
see what?
3 cards by the bridge.
Yeah, those were the ones I
Yeah.
drew. Okay, so like if you were trying to do. Okay.
Where do you see the bridge? Wait, y'all see a map right now?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
are you at?
Yeah, Lewis, you gotta help me. I don't see a map at all.
Why don't you refresh?
Oh,
maybe
It's
it'll work.
black. It's black.
refresh.
That's what.
I'm like, why is he not able to see it?
Okay, here's the map, the world map. Yeah. And then you put them over there. Okay. Okay.
Anthony Davis is balling.
Okay, so now that that's there, then do you hold up. This is
Okay,
then it
it
becomes like
works.
on the
I
map.
see it. I see you moving it around.
You see me moving around?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, if
Now
you,
I
so,
wanted to do
okay.
this like face down. Let's see if we can do this shit face down. Oh, it says if I right click, it says flip card. Boop. Take card, remove card. What does take card do? Oh, okay, it actually goes over here.
Now it's above your avatar. So
Okay.
it says you
And
have.
then I can
Okay,
open
it's
it up
it's
again,
above
and
your
then I
video.
can bring it
It's above
back.
your video feed. It says you have 1 card. Okay.
Okay. So I can go like this. Oh shit! What the fuck? No, we want these cards to be.
Do you prefer?
face
Do
down.
you prefer me to change it to face down and then you flip them? Is that what you wanted me to do? I have to
Yes.
change the settings to that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I want them to. If I'm gonna draw them, I want them to come out face down.
All right. So they'll come out. Okay. Now they should be coming out face down.
Oh, yeah, that's an option. Okay, so I'd be like, yes, we are going to do our first Harry for today. Let's see what the cards have in store.
Oh
for
shit!
us.
This guy's giving us
And
a
then we
reading.
just be, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? And we put them in. It looks like shit, but we're gonna like, spread them out, make them look neat and stuff.
Oh, he's giving
And
us a
then-
reading right now. What's going on?
You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
So we'd be like, oh shit, I got an extra card here. Whoops. Gotta make sure I don't fuck that up. Alright,
Reminds me of
so-
fucking Ravenloft with the Taroko deck, man. I remember we
Oh,
used that shit.
yeah.
We made a whole fucking
Yeah.
story out of when we drew all the cards, and I made a whole
Mhm.
story out of it. Oh, that shit was crazy.
Taroka deck. I don't know what a Taroka deck is. That sounds like some.
It's just the Vistani.
It's like the Ravenloft version of the Tarot deck.
Mhm. Okay. So here, after you draw these 9 cards, you would. I think you have the other. Whoever I'm giving a reading to would have to choose 3 cards, I believe, and then
Oh shit!
the
All right,
fortune teller like.
I'm going to
makes-
ping mine. I want this,
He's
I want
like,
this
yeah,
card.
let's-
What is this?
this
card?
one. So you'd be like, oh,
Oh,
see. What? Zoom into it. I can't see shit. Oh, there you go.
The
Oh, it was just there. Oh, wait, double click.
The Lost.
The Lost.
And I will
Chaotic
pick this
Evil.
card.
And then he's like, oh, you just want.
And this card.
You got the hammer, you got the lawful evil.
Oh shit.
And then, what's the other one? What's the other one?
Oh, it's this one. Can I flip it? Oh, I could flip it. Oh, okay. I'll let you.
You could flip
though.
it
I'll
too,
let
yeah.
you flip it though. I'll let you be the
I
teller.
like the pinging, and then it's like. It's like a little bit of a like I feel we're doing it like in person, like
right.
stimulating the whole thing, and then we go, oh, we have the dance. Lawful good.
I don't know what any.
Yeah.
I gotta read the Hero book so bad because I know it. I know it has all the fucking.
Yeah, it
has
has some
like all the meanings and shit.
definitions for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're supposed to like somehow use the alignment, and then it also this is actually gonna be the hardest part for me. Like, let's say the bottom left one, what does it say? The lag saw, the big sleigh,
Yeah, I know each symbol
the big
represents an
sky.
ability score too.
So the suit that's in like the card that's inside the card. You know what I'm saying? You see it moving around, right? Like in the middle is at the
Yeah.
bottom left. This one's the top right, the one you have on the
Yeah.
screen. All right, so that would be like, okay, you're looking at it like as if it's the alignment, right? So if it's on the left side of the card, any cards on the left side is lawful. Anything in the middle is neutral, and anything on the right is chaotic, and then anything that is at the
okay.
top is good. The middle is neutral, and the bottom is evil, right?
Oh,
So
shit.
this would be a lawful evil card.
see
I mean,
it.
sorry,
Chaotic
a
evil?
chaotic good card.
Chaotic
sorry.
good. Okay, because it's at the
A
top.
chaotic
The
good
chaotic
card.
good card.
Yeah.
That's why.
But the thing is that when you
dance
but
would
when
be
you
a
Mhm.
lawful. Not lawful.
Mhm.
Okay, lawful.
Good.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, lawful good card, right? So here's the thing: when in our spread right here, see this spread that we have? If the card was in, if the lawful good card was actually in the top actual left spot, it's like
It doubles
it's
it.
like it's yeah, it considers it a like a damn, there's a word for it.
I know what you're
There's
talking
a word
about.
for it.
I
When
know,
it's
Multiplier.
I know what you're
A
talking about.
multiplier?
I was just
yeah, it's
reading
like
it.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Basically, it's like a multiplier, yeah, because it's like consider it just being like a lucky position for a card that's actually aligned for that position, if that makes sense. Because you're looking at like these
Like
9
if,
cards
like
are like
if
set
this
up like
shit
as if
was
it's the
like if
align.
it was up here where it was originally supposed to be.
Oh
wait, no,
that
it'd be on
one
this
would
side.
be that's
Right here,
chaotic
so,
good.
yeah.
So yeah, it'll be
If this was over
yeah,
here.
there you go.
Yeah.
If it was there, it'd be like, oh shoot, you got that one. So it'd be like a hammer card. That hammer card now would be giving a double bonus because of that. If it's in like any other position, it'll be a just a regular +1. And then if it was in the diametrically opposed position, which would be lawful evil, it would give you a penalty.
That's pretty wild. That's crazy.
Right? Yeah. So it's I think it's I want to learn the system now that I have something I can actually like visualize it now. I feel like this is gonna be fun. It's gonna add that new element. I appreciate you putting that in there for us, for me, for you, or for us, because we all will have a
Right,
because
you'll be the one. You'll be the drawing this to aid your allies, so they're gonna want to be looking at these cards
Pretty.
like, please, what is my fate? Oh shit.
For real. Cool.
Fuck yeah, man.
Forgot the truth. Divination. Alright. With that, yeah. Okay. So it's the next
Ready?
It's next day. It's the morning.
Actually, how many hit points did I end the night with? Do you know that?
I think everybody got healed up, actually. So everybody's good.
All right. Well, before I go to sleep, I have like a nightly ritual kind of thing that I do.
Mm-hmm. You gotta do it together.
So I'm pulling out that whip I was talking about that I whipped myself with.
Oh shit.
Isaac.
Down on my knees, start reciting a little prayer, whipping myself as I do it. So I'm probably gonna wake up with like, I don't know, down a couple of hit points. But
I could count it
Yeah,
as
so
non-lethal damage. I mean, he'll heal that overnight.
all right.
Hey,
But
man's flogging.
basically, it's I get down and I start saying, I swear on my name, slap myself, and the name of my ancestors, slap myself again. That I shall become the hand of Aurori, slap, and the words of the creed shall forever be forged in my heart. This is the way.
Oh, shit. Nacy is just
Shield
sitting
you!
there,
You taking damage again now.
Yep.
My dude went Mando on us. This is the way. That's what's up, bro. Wait, Nasir is there too?
Yeah,
He
he's
does
doing
the same.
it
He
too.
does the same thing.
I don't know if he's whipping himself, but
Oh
he's
no, no! I do the braid at the end of the night for the monks. So at the end of the night, I take my I say this. I have the
Undoes
same
the braid.
prayer. Yeah, and I do the monk braid. So I braid my whip at night at the end of every night into a fine braid while reciting the prayer over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Damn, son, we got some real devouts in our freaking group.
It's dope.
I don't think I've ever seen a monk like have a practice besides like Wing Chun on a like they got like an extra layer of like devotion. That's pretty cool.
They would actually be really good monks of El Mater if they were in Forgotten Realms.
That's true. This is true. The broken god,
The broken one.
broken one, Michael.
Well, for those of you that were at the Rusty Dragon,
Seems like this group was touched by the Vindicators in more ways than one, son. Shit is crazy.
he's the Vindicator. For those, I mean, for those that stay, I believe everybody stayed at the Rusty Dragon Inn.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where did she stay?
hated it.
She stayed at the cathedral
Yep.
with the chapel with the Saban Ray portion of the cathedral, which has like 6 different shrines in it. To 6 different deities. All right.
I helped Hannah, and that's why I just stayed.
Okay. For those that were at the Rusty Dragon, you awaken, and there's a knock at your door. At your doors, as it's one of the not Bethana, not the elderly, not the middle-aged halfling woman that you guys are acquainted with, but another servant of the inn that works there. As she calls out, she's like, Ameko has your she has food ready for your party. Downstairs, hot and ready, on the house.
Roll initiative.
Yo, doing battle with the fucking bathroom, son. Making
Alright,
sure
so she's got some honey
not to
glaze.
shit
She's
your
got
brains out.
some honey glazed biscuits and some
Oh, wow.
and some omelets with some
Yeah, I didn't eat
cheap on the
today.
food.
honey glazed biscuits
Roll
with some
initiative
hungry
for
and
first plate.
Out of character.
For
with
first
some
plate,
with some
roll initiative.
with some mulderberry wine and
Mulderberry.
with some local favorite of the town, some mushroom gravy, really nice hearty breakfast. Got some ham, bacon, all that. Damn, I'll make myself hungry.
My God, are you hungry?
Some hot potatoes. They got some hot potatoes. Some cheese. Anyway, yeah. Pretty much a well-fed breakfast. Your characters get yourselves ready. For those that are preparing their spells, you can, which I think there's only 2.
Me.
Or extracts.
Oh yeah, extracts.
yeah.
That's true.
You're preparing your spells. It's an hour to prepare them all. If you want to partially prepare them, it's just 15. I think it's just 15 minutes.
Actually, for Waylon, he doesn't prepare anything because for him to do an extract only takes a minute.
Yeah, I noticed that with alchemist extracts, they only need
That's so
they
godlike.
only need a whole minute to
I gotta get to that level.
prepare their extracts, which gives them like a little versatility in what they want to make for what they want to have prepared for the day.
Yeah. So he just leaves it open.
Um,
I'm gonna leave mine open.
but those that don't,
It's gonna take me longer, but
those that
it's
don't,
that's just how it should
for those
be
that
for this
don't
game
need to
set.
prepare, which is
Mhm.
Icarus, it's just a meditative, focus on your inner arcane energies as you replenish it. I think for spontaneous casters,
I knocked myself for the whole last 4 sessions because I prepared my shit.
I think spontaneous casters, it's like a
I can't do
15-minute
it
meditation or something like that.
Start for
Now with that, your characters, Bathana's like, I see you were pretty hungry after the energy you've spent last night. Enjoy, eat up. Ameko is out running errands. So you just missed her, but feel free to enjoy your day in town. I was just out there, gathering some supplies, and you guys are quite the talk of the town. Out of all the fighting that was going on yesterday, your group was the most talked about.
Is this sort of goblin raid typical for this town?
No, we've for the 42 years that this town has been building, this is the first time something like this has ever happened. And goblins normally don't even really group together in that way to perform something such as this. It's odd. It's quite scary even.
This is the first time that you say goblins have ever attacked? Are you positive about that situation?
And such a large group as that, there are multiple tribes outside these walls that have their own territory, and you would have to be careful as you travel through their territory. But never have they come here in such a large group and attack the town directly.
So the goblins are getting bolder. I wonder what would drive them to such extremes. Do they sense a weakness in the defenses of your town, or is there something outside of the town that is driving them? I guess we'll have to find out.
You hear like a deep clearing of the throat from the doorway. Indeed, Mr. Deepvale. And you guys recognize the voice of the Shoanti captain of the militia here in Sandpoint.
Waylon folds his arms. Sure, auntie. He clears his throat back.
Oh shoot, why is his name there? What was his name again? Hold up. I remember his name. It was Sheriff Belor Hemlock. That's what it was. The sheriff of the town.
Oh, I will prepare my cantrip still, Lewis. Hang on a second.
Alright. So Belor He goes. He's like, pardon for the interruption of your meal.
And polite you, Auntie. Wonders have not ceased to amaze me. Maybe it was a good idea that I left Magnamar, because I've now gotten a chance to see a Shuanti in a position of power, not abusing it, and also doing something that is upscaling for the society that they are a part of. You serve as a great example for your kind. But I am curious as to why you would choose to stay here in this settlement instead of going and being abroad with your tribe and free.
Well, allow me to get to what I was saying before I have to listen to a mirror copy of my brother. And he grits his teeth. So what he's implying is you're sounding like his brother, who he's not in good terms with right now. I mean, your characters have seen his brother already, from yesterday. He's the owner of the White Stag Inn.
Was this a guy I followed?
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
the food cart.
Yeah,
Right?
not this guy,
Okay.
but his brother was the one you were
Yeah.
following. Yeah.
Was the one I followed? Okay.
So he goes, if your group isn't busy, I humbly request your presence with me. You were there when you were informed that the goblins had mentioned one of us, Longshanks, was involved with something that involved the graveyard. Oh, I'm sorry. Not graveyard. They call it boneyard in Galarian.
Oh yeah, it's boneyard.
Yeah, they call it boneyard. They don't call it graveyard. At the boneyard of Sandpoint. And I would like for you to accompany me for an investigation on this. There was there was some vandalism on the premises. However, to be safe and due to your heroics, I wish for you to accompany me to inspect a vault. It's a vault that entombed the previous leader of the former cathedral that we had here before it was lost in a great fire. It was managed by Father Ezekian Tobin, who had perished in the same fire. He was interred in this vault at the boneyard. However, the stone door to the priest's burial vault has been broken open and it hangs ajar. I don't expect much. Worst case scenario, maybe there's a goblin that might be trapped in the vault. Who knows? Or maybe they've placed something else in there. But if you don't mind coming along, I would very much appreciate it.
Well, if it provides me with another chance to practice my arts, then I'd be honored.
I do believe there is one. Ah, yes, the new girl. She's only been here for only within the last few months, I believe. Icarus, is she here?
I believe she's at the cathedral at the moment.
Caldum says you shouldn't volunteer information so easily. Why is it that you're looking for Icarus?
Well, I've heard about her bravery during the battle with the goblins, and I'm also aware of her healing capabilities, and
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
it would be wise to have a healer, just in case.
My man showed off one time. Someone was like, started writing that shit down, son. Like, this bitch did what with how? Dang.
Yo,
Hmm.
the Ninja agents are gonna come for me. I swear to God, they will. They coming for me. What they call the night agents? Yeah, they coming for me.
Hell Knights?
No.
He said, "Hell, might
Just
this ain't
call
Forgotten
them-
Realms."
Oh, shit. Oh, they don't call them Hell Knights in Galarian?
Oh, Hell Knights. I thought you said Hell Mites. I was like, hold up. I thought you said this word. I was
Hell
like,
Mites.
the
That's
Hell
funny.
Mites.
I didn't know they be out there just freaking persecuting people like that. I thought they were protectors.
Oh, the Hell Knights.
LG protectors. Yeah, hell.
Oh, Hell. Oh, like, yeah. That's what I was saying too. I was like, what?
Hell Knights.
They're
Those
protected.
motherfuckers.
You're
evil.
thinking of the
Umbral
yeah. You
Court
said the
agents.
Hell Knights. Yeah, the Hell Knights are fucking. Nah, it's not.
Okay,
He's
good.
nah. He's not. I don't. His character's background doesn't have to do with Cheliax. It's with Nidal, and they have
They're called the
No.
Umbral Court agents.
The Umbral Court.
Umbral Court
And
agents.
I just learned about Nadal. Them motherfuckers. That whole nation's no joke.
It's no, and they hunt
It's no joke.
Azamars for sport, basically.
It's no joke.
Is that the people they call the Nightmare Nation, or is that Cheliax still?
No,
No,
Nidal,
that's Cheliax still.
Nidal
That's
is
Shell.
It's
They
a
call it the Land of Shadows.
it's a nation that during Earthfall, they basically they're basically like they're horse people, like people of the steppes. Like the whole nation was basically really good at raising horses.
Yeah.
But since the sun got blocked out, everything was covered in darkness. They were about to like basically perish, and there was like these three leaders of the entire nation. They're like the best like horse ranchers or whatever.
Mhm.
While they were riding out in the desert, they saw this great and dark, powerful being that was in the sky. Made a deal with it to like save their people, and so
The fuck?
that being granted them like this dark power that allowed them to like basically save their people.
Mhm.
And then from then on, this is just a
Oh,
short of it.
Zon
From then
Cathon.
on,
Okay.
their entire nation is kind of like tied to like shadows
Shadows,
and
Plane of Shadow
and
and shit.
the whole nation is like covered in like a gloom. So even when it's bright, like sunny out,
Yeah.
and the whole nation of Nidal is like
This
a
is like
gloom.
Darkshire, bro.
And the
Right.
crazy part
It's
is
the
that
vampires will walk around in broad daylight. That's how like gloomy
Right.
it is.
and
That's
it's not even
crazy.
considered a chaotic evil place. It's considered lawful evil. Like
Yeah, it's considered lawful
Mhm.
evil. Like they torture children there, and like like
Damn.
peace is kept, but it's kept like in a way that like if you're not well off, you got to keep your mouth shut because when you walk in the streets, you'll see like people being tortured. The whole entire
they have
system of
money
Nadal
for it.
is like they value pain. They consider like pain to be like the epitome of what pleasure really is.
They look up
it's,
to don't they look
They
up
have
to
a whole
Yeah.
ceremony called the Eternal Kiss. Well, what they do is they lavish you in gold and
They look up
food
to
and
the
stuff, and then
Kaitans.
at the end of the week,
Kaitans and
they just
vampires
torture you
walk
until
around
you
freely.
die.
Right. Like their children. Here's a good
The
example.
nation
What
of
they do is they
nation
have
of Cenobites is what
It's fucking
the Umbral
Hellraisers.
the Umbral
That's
Court.
crazy.
That's basically what it is. Like it is like that. The Umbral Court, what they do is they go and they find gifted children, and if the
Yeah.
children they put the children to a test, and if they're found to be gifted, they have to look into this orb, and inside is like this dark demon, and you have to control those shadows. If you don't control the shadows, you get sucked into it. This is children, and if you manage to control the shadows, and you pass that test, then they put you through the ritual to become like a caster of sorts. Like it's a shadow caster, so you control.
I gotta do my Tower of Tomes. Fucking.
Yeah. And
That's
the
crazy,
funny
son.
thing is, if you fail, That's if
Mhm.
you're found gifted. If you look into the orb and you're not gifted, like you fail the test, they torture you until you die, and that's a child. Just because they value strength. So like,
And I guess it's all legal.
yep, it's all legal.
Icarus was running because
That's
she
kinda
got
crazy.
chosen. She got chosen for the Eternal Kiss ceremony. And
Originally, they got taken over by Chiliacs, but then when Chiliacs went through like their civil war, they regained their independence, and now they're just like allied with Chiliacs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I heard about that one and like the overall like explanation of Varisia.
Yeah, the dollar is no joke. No joke.
Dang, so that's fucked up.
They don't
That's
tolerate
from-
any other religion other than the one that worships their god. I forgot their god's name.
Zon Kathon.
Yeah. I think there's like one other god that they allow to be worshipped. I think it's Asmodeus. Yeah,
It's Asmodeus.
Yeah, because of their affiliation with Chiliacs. But other than that, that's it. So
And they
Yeah.
have to combat people who worship Desna as well.
Desna, yeah, they're rooting out people who like secretly like worship Desna, but it's very few people that do. The only place that you can freely walk around there in the nation is like their port city,
Yep.
and even then, outsiders are barely tolerated.
That sounds
They
insane.
even for people who escape Nindel, it's kind of like North Korea. Like if you escape Nindel,
Yeah,
they
it's
will
a
send
lot
you
like
back.
North Korea.
They will send you back. It was
Yeah.
like we're not gonna deal with that. We're gonna send you back.
It's
That
ran by
sounds-
chitons and vampires. But the funny thing is, but from the god that they worship, which is like basically a god that surrounds his whole ethos and dogma around pain, the undead, like the vampires, they have like an infighting because their religion is like, if you're undead, that means you can't really truly understand pain. So why are you like in positions of power? Because you don't feel anything.
It's a great city, fantastic city.
Can't wait
Highly
to visit it.
recommend it.
Oh, a nation. Is it a nation? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole nation.
So yeah.
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 So
So-
now
Will
this
you
is-
guys
Moral of
accompany
the story,
Belor?
don't go
Oh,
to
yeah.
fucking-
Will you accompany Belor to the boneyard?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
He said, "Let's go."
do y'all grab Icarus or does she stay at the cathedral?
No, Bello is like,
we're
all
gonna
right,
get
we'll make a
Icarus.
they will make a stop at Icarus
stop.
after you wake up and meditate to like replenish your magic. Get your own food. Muse on what happened the day before. Start to get a little start to sweat, a little panicky. Thinking about possible repercussions of so you think about your past. And then there's a knock on your door. Jumps you out of your reliving your traumas there.
There's a brief flare of fire as she hears that knock on the door. Like, oh shit, it's coming.
You hear it's Hana behind the door, and she's like, Icarus, you have friends here.
Friends.
They've come
Friends?
to see you along with the sheriff.
Oh, my companions. Absolutely. She gets up, grabs
They
her
said-
stuff.
They said something about hunting you for a long time.
Yeah,
Something about hunting you for
these
a
friends,
long
they
time.
sure have a lot of piercings.
Yeah, it's weird.
Damn.
Nah.
No, a lot
No,
of
no.
black. I don't.
I will
Little
die
black.
first. Y'all not taking me alive. I'm rolling initiative right now.
That window is breaking
That's
hard.
Crazy.
Jumping out the window. Kill
She
myself on
grabs
the
her
way down.
stuff, fluffs her hair, make sure she's okay. She steps out the door.
Step out the door into the hall, and you make your way towards the exit of the shrine. Towards like they kind of have like a courtyard in the center of the cathedral, and like these it's like a garden that they have in the in the courtyard, and like they have like these they have like 6 different trails, each one leading to like one of the shrines dedicated to the different gods at the cathedral, with Desna being like the head, like the more dedicated one, due to a compact that was made between the settlers and the native Verisians 40 years ago. So you see familiar faces along with the sheriff.
Light wave. She walks towards them.
The sheriff does a slight bow. Icarus, I want to personally thank you for your bravery yesterday, along with these fine companions of yours. I was just inquiring if you would like to come along with us for a quick investigation of the boneyard. I'm not sure how much you know about the previous priest, but he was interred in a burial vault which has been vandalized. It's the only spot in the boneyard that we've noticed that has been damaged, and I'd like for you to come along with us in case it's something a little bit too dangerous and somebody might need to get patched up, or if there's something inside that may need someone inside that may need to be patched up. Not exactly sure, but we're gonna investigate together.
Absolutely, I will more than welcome. I would love to join.
All right, I shall lead the way. And as your characters make
Can Waylon give us smoke bombs? Oh, I'm sorry.
I never got a chance to make them. It's been less than 24 hours. So.
Yeah,
as soon as we woke up, we gotta do this. So.
Did I write it down? Yeah, I did. I did record it. I mean, is he doing it the spontaneous way or the longer, more mundane route?
We said more than 24 hours.
Yeah, that was I mean, it's cheaper. What is it, like 5 silver pieces? But it'll take 2 days. Now, if he wants to make one for you in 10 minutes, it's gonna cost 11 gold pieces.
11 gold pieces?
Yeah. About 10%.
About
10%. 10%.
I got it.
10% more than the usual cost of a smoke stick.
I would need to get a higher level plus get signature. When you get higher level, you get instant alchemy for alchemists. But
what was that? Cut the time in half?
I mean,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but also, Louis, I have a question regarding that too. Because it seems like signature skill and master alchemist kind of do the same thing, where they reduce the cost from gold to silver pieces when you're calculating the.
Oh, then it would stack. It would stack if you.
What do you mean? How's that stack?
If you're using it with spontaneous alchemy?
I was saying master alchemist and signature skill.
Okay.
They both seem to do the same thing, which is to reduce the cost from gold to silver pieces when
then they'll stack.
When figuring out.
He says they stack. One of them might be a multiplier and one of them might be a fixed
Well, if one says you do it in half the time, and the other one says you do it in half the time, then you're going to be doing it 1/4 of the time.
Yeah, that's what that does. Yeah, that's like extend spell.
It doesn't give you like a. It doesn't give you like a fraction. It just tells you that
it's half the time. Right?
The time that the time that it takes to make the actual item is predicated on gold. But when you change it to silver.
Well, okay. Well, then that still makes it faster. That makes it a lot faster. Yeah.
Because they both say it turns.
Well, to silver, no, because when you craft, you have to convert the gold piece course to silver pieces, And the
Mhm.
the result of your craft check. The result of your craft check is in silver pieces.
Right.
So if the DC's 20 and you roll a 20, right? You beat the you beat the DC. You would multiply it. So 20 times 20 is 400. So you successfully crafted 400 silver pieces worth of the item, which is 40 gold pieces, right?
Mhm.
What the skill unlock is saying is you don't calculate it in silver pieces, calculate it in gold pieces, which now you just crafted 400 gold pieces worth of the item, not silver pieces.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Master Alchemist also says the same thing. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, they
So
say
I
the
don't
same
think you're
thing?
getting
Then you probably would only
right.
need one or the other. Although I think
Right.
one
That's what I
needs
was
like a
thinking.
full. The one needs like a full 20 ranks anyway. You said the skill unlock?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like you gotta take the one that
Signature skill is the one that requires
easy based.
20 DC to do that. Master Alchemist doesn't.
Oh,
So I
for the
guess
skill
Master
unlock.
Alchemist.
Well, then I guess
I guess I don't really need signature.
you
I just need
wouldn't.
Master
You wouldn't.
Alchemist.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't need it unless you were interested in still getting the 10, 15, 20 rank versions.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Which 10
Oh,
ranks,
for
10 ranks,
craft?
10
For
ranks,
craft?
10 ranks is you don't ruin the raw materials if you fail by 10 or more. 15 is when you determine your progress. The result of your check is how much you work. Oh, each day in silver pieces. Okay, so they have you do that daily. Okay. And then 20 ranks is you can craft magic armor, magic weapons, magic rings, wondrous items that fall under your category of craft using the normal. Well, yeah, alchemy doesn't.
That's
That
awesome,
doesn't
but
help.
at
Alchemy
20 it
doesn't
doesn't
even
matter though.
fall underneath any of those.
Right. So that's why that's
Except
not
for
really working.
except for wondrous items, and that's for like if you're making elixirs.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the skill unlock isn't really gonna be helpful for
It's
him.
really
He's
rough.
better. He's better off with the
Master Alchemist. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So as your character's on the way to the
To answer your question, not saying Rakem, I'm kind of like, are we using the rules, Louis, for working on items while we're traveling?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Are
You
you
could use the
using
downtime
that?
of traveling as
Right, like you're basically
yeah.
crafting
Oh, that's
On the go.
on the go.
That's for magic items.
Oh, okay, not
For
for mundane.
alchemical item, unless you have a portable, which they do have one.
5e does
If you
it.
have a
That's so funny.
portable, if you have a portable
Gotcha.
if you have a portable alchemist
Yeah.
slab, which they do
Yeah, I
have
don't
one.
have
They
one.
have. I've seen it in the equipment section, but
Yeah, I don't have it yet.
Shit costs a fortune.
Okay. So I'll just have to wait to make your smoke bombs. Like, we're just gonna have to get some time to do it. I need to not be. Well, I could go do it right now. As a matter of fact, yeah. I mean, Waylon wouldn't. Waylon would just be like, "You guys go, and I'll just freaking make items." He'd rather do that anyway.
Split the party. Split the party. Split the party. Split the
Never
party.
split the party, man. Never split
Alright.
the party.
I'm like a huge
Don't do
offender
it.
of that. I love splitting the party.
Oh
I'll
god.
stay with the party.
Split the party, bro. Fuck it. That feels like more like D&D. So you imagine 6 dudes just following each other everywhere. So yeah, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll come with you.
Yup. That's what you
Yeah,
do in D&D, bro.
I'm gonna go
I have
buy
no
some
shame.
land. I'll come with you.
If
I'm
this
gonna go
was
train.
actually-
I'll come with you.
that
Go
happens.
real
save the
life-
day.
Didn't
I'll come with
Claudius went to the? I think Claudius.
Fuck,
I remember
bro.
Claudius went to the bathroom.
I
man.
know,
Walked
but
me.
I know we need to
And he
try to
was-
get to this.
Claudius went
this
to the bath.
graveyard.
Claudius went to the bathroom by himself. Remember? And then he
You wanna
fucking
follow each other to the graveyard?
then he regretted it.
Oh shit. My man
Nah,
got fucking. He got
we should
shoved in
probably
the
We
bathroom.
should
son.
probably take
Luckily-
6
My spell
people to the
components go.
graveyard.
I think luckily
We should probably take 6 people to the
I
graveyard.
think Mezwar came
Yeah.
to save them.
Metzoa
should.
saved him. Meso saved him because he got ambushed right right after he got out the bathroom. But I think
That's
Meso,
I would put saved. I would put saved in quotation marks because that Psionicis was putting some
oh, the
paws
Scion,
on him.
the fucking, oh yeah.
Damn.
But yeah,
It's
so
like,
I kind of like the idea of
so
Waylon
you
walking
fart too
around with
loud, bro.
Rakim and Seer. So I guess I'll go shopping and do all that stuff like when we have the time together. Because I like the idea of them walking in and like negotiating anyway and try to pop some shit. Waylon just takes a step back and the two of them just walks forward and beats somebody's ass. So
Yeah.
I say,
You want to do something like the bodyguard shit?
yeah, I like
Yeah.
that, man.
Yeah.
I like that.
That could work.
Mm-hmm.
So Hemlock,
Get a hired muscle.
as you during your walk up to the boneyard, Hemlock, he thanks your characters again for the aid during the goblin assault. And
Any word on the little girl? How's she doing?
yes,
The one I
Laura.
saved.
She's doing quite all right thanks to you. She's been
Good.
she's gotten some stitches in her arm. Luckily the goblin's teeth were pretty blunt, not so sharp. Probably cracked its teeth, biting things and eating things it shouldn't have. So she'll be all right. She's gotten she's been very well taken care of. And she's been asking about when she'll see you again. She wants to thank you personally.
Damn, how old is this kid? That's crazy.
A visit.
Weapon of choice. Tell him more do.
Are we in the Dow?
I'm
sorry, I'm done.
So Hemlock's like, so what brings you all besides well, Icarus has been here in town for some time, but what brings the rest of you here?
This is Balor?
Yeah.
Paladin folds his arms and kind of maneuvers himself like towards the back of the party. He's like looking around at the exits. And,
Quindamir says, he actually stretches like this. He goes,
Family
This-
reunion.
Family reunion. I mean, that's one way to put it, right? Quindamir says, would you believe it? What's his name? Balor? What's his last name? What's his last name? I'm looking in my journal. I can't find it.
Hemlock. Hemlock.
Officer Hemlock?
Sheriff Hemlock? Would you believe if I told you that my brother and I have come to Samboy to
See if we can find ourselves a great fortune. Kind of like pats himself down. He's like looking for. Actually, you know what? He wouldn't misplace this. And he goes. He has like a one of them long robes where he like can put his hand inside his like his arm pocket and then just pull out his harrow deck. He was like, the cards has spoken. The cards have spoken to us while we were back in Magnamar. That Sandpoint is the place for us to adventure. And he goes, he kind of lets that linger, see if he is into harrow decks or whatnot.
Hemlock goes, no, not entirely wrong. There has been an increase of adventurers lately. A lot of them mostly being explorers, archaeologists, scholars. They are very interested in the many ruins that dot the landscape of Nerissia. And what better point to venture forth into the
Mm.
frontiers of Varissia than here at Sandpoint?
Speaking of scholars, I don't really remember, but perhaps Sandpoint has a library of sorts.
He goes, "Oh,
Amassing a wealth of the knowledge of the history of of uh,
Yeah.
of this region of Varissia.
Linda, Mayor,
we've got a few
I'm not.
places." Oh, go ahead.
I am not sure if you have really taken a look around, brother, but I am older than this place. Whatever historical events this place has is probably historical events that have happened right here in Sandpoint. Anything older than me is probably someplace else.
Is that true?
Kundamir looks at you like, and then he kind of looks over at Valor and he says, I feel that it shouldn't matter as long as people care to delve into the reservoirs of history that
That is all around us. Someone who is creating a collection of the pieces of the puzzle. Whether that takes 50 or 1,000 years shouldn't make much a difference. Perhaps there is a great scholar of Sandpoint that we do not yet know.
Baylor goes, "Well, we've got a few libraries here. We've got the Way North. That's an aged, spry little gnome there, the name of Vesnut Paru. Although he deals mostly in a collection of maps and sea charts. Then we have the House of Bluestones.
I think, why does that name sound so familiar to me? I don't. Is Icarus with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, when he says that, he looks over to Icarus for confirmation. Did we take a stroll over to
We did, yeah.
Thank you.
Nasir and I did.
Oh, you guys already went to the House of the Bluestone?
Yeah, they did. They are,
That's the
they
number
are,
That's
one
actually
place.
crazy.
they are welcome
Okay.
here.
Yeah, that's where they wanted
And
to
you
go.
guys are welcome there too?
Welcome
Okay.
there.
I have
So
masks on.
He
so-
goes, Sable
I'm
Is it-
Sword.
welcome
He
there.
goes,
wait, that's the key to get in?
Hemlock says
This
that
is now out of character stuff. The shit that we watched from the Tower of Tones, if you remember it, not no one, but the guide in the video said he didn't know what the qualification, because they seem to let people in kind of randomly.
If you are interested in learning about Rory,
So I'm like, wait a second, hold on.
Oh, for House
perhaps
of
you'll be allowed
Bluestones.
in.
Oh, you Rory. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
see, so you don't even know. Okay, good. That keeps it mystical. Quintamir's gonna try to show up. He's gonna get denied. Watch. I can't wait.
He might be
All
able
right,
to get
all
in.
right.
He might
All
be
right.
able to get in. If
I
I'm
mean,
there.
Maybe.
Well,
Listen,
Belor goes Sable
that's
Sorn.
another stop when we get downtime again.
Belor goes at the
Yeah.
House of Blue Stones, Sable Sorn. She's a monk of Irori. Although it's known that she has a library. However, from what I hear, from what I've noticed, it only seems to be fellow worshippers that have access to that. Others have to find their own way to convince her to make use of her library. And then there's also
What about friends of Irori?
there's also the
Irori. I'm trying to say it without losing my accent. Irori, shit.
Well, that's
What about
something-
friends of Irori?
that would be something you'd have to take up with
Or
her.
Irorites or something. Irorians. You accent, all right.
Get in that library for Rory.
For real though, right? How about that there?
I'm trying to read them there books.
Well, you'd have to take that up with her. Then we also have the
Okay.
Tarandarak Academy. Ilsoari.
Mhm.
He's the headmaster of that academy. He would have
Sorry.
some knowledgeable
Shit.
information there.
House of Bluestones. And who was the last person? Rory? Sorori?
Ilsoari. Let me spell it out. Ilsori then.
Oh shit, there you go. Okay.
Ilsori.
Okay, so I got some people. Some of them gonna let me in. Can't wait to prove Waylon wrong.
I'll tell you one thing. Sandpoint amazes me in the fact that you have so many buildings. So many buildings erected in a matter of 40 years. Look at this place, extensive. Where did you get all the lumber, all of the stone and the structures for such an extensive plot of land? In a matter of 40 years, who built all of this? Where are your technicians? Where are your builders? Whose hands worked all this stone?
Well, I believe many of them came from the city of Magnamar, hired by the 4 noble families that founded this town.
Four noble families. So I guess the rumor is true. That the leader or the person in charge here is related to the actual Lord Mayor of Magnema. Is that true?
You're talking about her. Why? Well, from what I know, she does have relatives in Magnamar. She's a member of the Devrin house.
Can you believe it, brother?
Yo, you look at her picture, she's evil as fuck. I'm telling you.
She does look like she has like some. It looks too plain, right? It looks too plain. I know she be unremarkable. That's
forever, bro.
The other 3 families would be the Valdemars, the Scarnettis, and the Kaijitsus.
in the deep veils. One day, son, you're gonna be naming them alongside.
The Kaijitsus, Kaijitsu is known for their glass making, Valdemars, the shipbuilders, the Scarnettis, loggers, and the Devrins, farmers and brewers.
Can you believe it, brother? To be so close to someone who is related to the Lord Mayor of Magnema, a person that we only see maybe once a year in Magnema. Outstanding. Well, I think that we should make our way over to the boneyard. I would like to get this business out of the way because there is a lot of exploring that I need to do of this town. For 40 years, man, amazing to have such a short amount of time, but such large accomplishments and things completed. I want to be a part.
Those are 4 human families, right? 4 human houses, right?
Yeah. They're all humans. Yeah.
Grindamir's gonna make a comment about like that. Like should we say how our ancestors? I feel like it's weird. It's weird to refer to humans and being a human, but we're referring to them as like over there. It's kind of strange. He'd be like, humans don't waste any time in their short lives. That we can be sure. This is evidence of that. Just kind of mix a comment as we're heading on to the boneyard.
So,
what about you, Rakim? Care to share? What brings you to fucking Standpoint?
Oh, and as your characters are like making their way to the cathedral, and as they were making their way to the boneyard after, it was very obvious that you are being looked upon as local heroes, as people wave, others smile and nod, and others proudly state their gratitude.
Every now and then, Quindamir bows to someone that's waving in the crowd. He even starts waving.
So Lou, is that the boneyard right there in the back of the Sandpoint Cathedral?
I'm right
So
here.
we're
I'm
gonna-
gonna look around for the.
I'm assuming it is. Yeah,
It's right
it
here?
looks
I'm
like
gonna
it.
look around for the little bell.
In the boneyard? She's a
No,
creepy
I
little
mean,
girl.
I mean,
No, he's
I mean
talking
back.
about like out in the public when you guys were walking.
Are we back walking around or no?
You
I'm
don't
bugging.
you're looking around for her. You don't see her. You don't spot her
Like in the
out
crowd.
there. Yeah. Well, it's not a crowd. It's like people going about like it's either people that are like cleaning up still from what happened last night, or people mixed with people who are like just going about their business. You know, getting stuff unloaded, selling their wares, getting pails of water and going down to go get the stuff cleaned, and just people going about their day in the town pretty much.
Well, to
Well,
answer your
Waylon,
to answer your question, Quindamir. Now, Seer and I are ever in the pursuit of perfection of mind and body. There's only so much you can learn in a dojo. The Red Lotus saw it fit to send us out and learn more. And that is what we are here to do.
All about your devotion. I can relate. I can relate to that.
And as such, I actually need to apologize to all of you, as I was not at my best that last fight. Perhaps my emotions got in the way, I'm not sure, but we came out victorious, and that's all that matters. I will improve.
What is this man talking about? You are a man, right? I don't think you understand how many bodies has been littered around you in that last fight. Are you saying you are even better than what you performed
I think that's what he said.
last night?
I missed way more than I intended. That should not have happened.
Oh yeah.
Well, if it makes
Waylon
you
scratches his head.
Icarus kind of laughs, and she like holds her hands out, and she goes, "You must have not seen the amount of rays I must have missed in that fight."
I saw. I saw quite clearly.
I saw.
I seen it.
Hemlock goes, well, if it makes you all feel any better, for a group that seems to consider themselves quite amateurish, you've got the largest body count, even with all the other goblins that we've managed to capture or slay of my militia combined.
That means
And we missed two.
That means Raheem and
Missed one.
Nasir got the highest body count. Period. Because y'all drop at least 8 bodies by yourselves. That's crazy, son.
Two of them earned my respect. They hit me. That also should not have happened.
Oh shit.
None of them are mine.
I assure you, Rakim, while I do accept your apology, it almost begged for my own as
Do
well.
I know anything about you, Rory? Go ahead.
Because I definitely was
Roll a
not at
religion
my
check.
best.
No.
I know I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
But of course, to my credit, I must stress that when that goblin captain thought that he was going to ride down on my brother, I gave him and that rat he was riding a good taste of what fire truly can do. And I believe a well-placed quarrel from Quendamir also helped in that regard. So, all in all, I'd have to say I'll take my performance as satisfactory again.
Satisfactory. Truly truly it seems that oh shit, where's my accent? Rakim, between you two monks, you're Yorins. Y'all are perfect examples of being one's improving on the design. Almost like a blacksmith hammering out the imperfections of the metal. I can't wait to see what you turn into.
That blacksmith line would actually probably, you'd probably see me for the first time like I'm actually, like when I'm speaking to you guys, there's a little more like emotion.
Mm.
And I'm just like, exactly. One does not ask nicely of a piece of metal to become a blade. It must be pounded, ground to a sharp, fine point, and then it becomes the weapon it was intended. And that is what we aim to do.
If I may interject, I would say that a proper weapon must first follow the schematics laid before it with absolute precision. And those schematics must, and only then was perfection truly attained. One cannot simply attain perfection by accident. It must be planned.
Interesting. I will take that into account.
Indeed. Where is this boneyard? I want to get there already. I have so much things to do.
So your group's walking through the boneyard, and as you're making your way through, you see Father Xantus nearby. Hemlock puts a hand up. Father Xantus, just wait in the cathedral. And so the priest, he nods, and he's like, he calls out. He's like, be wise and come back for assistance if it's anything too dangerous. And Hemlock's like, well, I think we'll be all right. I mean, the worst, maybe a goblin might have set up a little booby trap or whatever, but this is just to be sure. This, I don't like I'm just very wary. Whoever managed to get these different goblins together to do this, it's just.
Who is that saying this?
Hemlock was saying that to Father Xantus, who was going to come. Was starting to like walk with your group as you guys were getting, came to the cathedral and was going to the boneyard, but he told them to like, no, we'll take care of this way here. And as you near the vault, you see that the vault is a 20-foot square stone structure, stands near the wall. And he's like, here it is. It houses the remains of previous caretakers, priests, and acolytes that served the cathedral. And, well, as you can see, and he points, and you guys can see that the door is definitely hanging. The stone door is hanging ajar.
That doesn't seem like that is supposed to be that way. I need 15 minutes. I'm gonna start preparing the rest of my spells.
I would say Waylon and Icarus didn't really notice. Neither did Quinn. Nasir, what's Rakim's perception?
I was just about to say Calvin was gonna step forward and take a look at that door.
But yeah, I was gonna say, but yeah, as you guys will like move a little closer to like to do a little inspection, I'd say Rakim, Waylon, Nasir, the three of you notice that the ground around the place has been churned up as well. You were able to spot many footprints that were goblin prints, but some of them do appear to have been left as if by a larger humanoid.
Like a
We
giant?
tell what type.
So
Not like a
Waylon,
giant, it's larger than a goblin, but like medium-sized
Larger.
humanoid.
Waylon turns his head over to Rakim and I say, and he goes, "Do you see what I see?"
Mm-hmm.
This was a large group effort.
I wonder if
Something a little bit bigger.
the Goblin Commando was not the only one of his size that was looking to cause trouble for Sandpoint.
It only makes sense.
This entire thing, if we were to think about a single fight as an entire battle, this to me appears to be almost the attack on the town may have been the feint. This was the strike. Whatever it was they were intending to do, they did not want them to know that we were here. They were here.
Mm.
Something to gain about attacking the town is a bigger question.
What was in here?
Smoke screen.
Okay.
Mm.
Anybody? I guess whoever Waylon mentioned it. Who else was looking around?
I'll look around.
Nasir.
Yeah.
Was Caldum doing? Is he doing the same? I'm guessing, or
Yeah,
Right now.
Caldum was looking at the door that was
Alright.
hanging off the hinge.
I would say Nasir, Waylon, and Caldum. Give me some survival checks.
Alright.
Caldum can include his He can
She's
include
got perception.
he can include his tracking bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So should be a +2 for him instead of +1. Oh, he doesn't have any. Well, I'm sure he'll.
Yeah, I checked. He didn't have any ranks. I
Yeah.
was like, damn.
I mean, he's got. I would say he's got a lot of skill points to play with. So we can tell him next level he should definitely devote. He should definitely to vote. I mean, yeah, you got the class. You got the class feature track. You might as well take advantage of it.
Right.
Like otherwise, yeah.
Boom.
So he's gonna have to, yeah.
Survival.
Put some survival.
It's a rogue ranger. There's no reason why he shouldn't.
Let me see, 21. Waylon, and then Caldum. All right, Caldum and Nasir. You guys looking around. You two of you notice and can confirm that about 6 goblins and 1 medium humanoid climbed the wall nearby and then approach and enter the vault.
Every time I hear Caldum's name, this song pops into my head, and I can't fucking help it. Fucking Busta Rhymes. Kill them!
Okay.
Let me see this song. Let me see this shit. Oh, Spotify. Damn, son, I don't got Spotify.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, hold up. Still
I could kill them.
Oh, kill them. I see it.
Every damn time that
They
beat is
went,
running through my head nonstop.
So I'm gonna tell.
I mean, he's a Slayer. I'm sure he would be like, "Yep."
I want to look at Rakim and see. Oh, they went over the wall that way.
Oh shit! Y'all actually figured out the tracks. Okay.
Over the wall. Well,
Does that
means
include?
that we should be going over the wall as well.
Yeah. Does that include the larger
goblins and one? 6 goblins, 1 large humanoid.
Well then,
or is it including 1 large humanoid? 6.
Hold on.
So
Blue.
Caldem goes over to the wall. Let's see what he got.
Whatever it is, they have a good head start on us. We aim to catch
Yeah.
them. Has to happen now.
So Caldem says, let's start tracking them.
Let's get it.
How high is this wall?
About 10 feet.
Can I make it some like fancy acrobatic shit to get
Yeah,
over
can't just
it?
yeah.
Oh yeah, you can roll an acrobatics to get a jump up and grab over the wall.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
Caldem does the same thing. +7.
What is my acrobatics right now? +7.
Are you trying to track? Oh, okay. You're trying to track the tracks back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, don't you guys want to see what's in the what's behind the door?
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Right?
He start following the tracks.
Everybody said
Everybody's like, oh, the track.
Let's just ignore what we came here to do. Just jump in the wall. Fuck it. Let's go.
He started looking for smoke immediately.
Retcon?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure. Yep. All right.
All right. Yeah. Let's go do what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't say
But
that.
Caldem-
Hemlock says that.
Caldem
Hemlock,
doesn't take that.
because he was like waiting to, because he was like, that's why I brought you guys to help me inspect inside of here. And then all of a sudden he sees 3 motherfuckers start running towards the wall.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck
I'm
are they
always looking for
doing?
a fight. I'm looking for a fight.
Oh shit.
It actually plays right into like how
That's funny.
Cavajoni told me that Caldem is, so that's kind of funny.
Um,
But Caldem turns around, his shoulders slump a little when he realizes that they're not going to actually get into a fight. And they're not going to track down those guys. And he goes, oh well, I guess that isn't what we came to do after all. And he turns back around. Waylon just shakes his head.
I'm with you, Caldem. I know. I wanted to fight too. All right, let's see what's in the vault.
Pardon my bloodthirsty friends.
oh shit. Oops, hold up. So your characters, well, who's making their way up towards it?
Waylon goes up to it.
Anybody would I'll go with some stealth. Can I use stealth to approach
Yeah.
I don't even know if that would make a difference.
So when Waylon gets there, he turns around and he goes, brother, do you mind if you sparking me a light?
You mean like a
Let's
light spell?
Super stealth.
It makes no sense to bomb all around in the darkness.
So what did you get?
I-
What's your stealth?
I don't know. I don't expect you to remember every
I don't know why I
detail.
rolled that again. Don't pay attention.
This is Caldem or Waylon?
This
Damn. This motherfucker got
That sound like Waylon to me. Okay.
I don't know why it's
So-
doing that.
Stop clicking the goddamn
Doing it.
button.
Yo, you literally
Quindamir
just typed
says-
in one more thing.
Quindamir was like in his like spell book when you said that, and then he looks up at you, and then he takes like a double take, and he's like, "I don't know if you are just making fun of me, but you know I have, you know that I have, you know that I have focused my my studies on divination and spent less time in matters of evocation and necromancy. Why would you ask me something like that?
Did
Use those eyes of yours. Because he knows that you have, well, you should have. You should have that vision. That
Oh, he does.
but I don't have the vision. I don't have the eyes. I need light. So that's crazy,
Well,
son.
I approach your
And
stealth.
and this is
I got dark.
this is
I
a
got dark
grand
vision.
and this is a good example of why you should
Alright.
understand that sometimes you just need a mundane item such as a torch.
Icarus kind of like calls up. She goes, "I have a few of them. We can always use mine."
I was
She's
just
kinda
about to say, don't we have a walking torch with us? A human torch.
Fucking rat.
Oh,
my God.
don't we have a human torch in this group? He looks at Icarus.
Call her the human torch. D.
So she takes out a couple torches. She hands one to Waylon.
Oh, an actual torch. Damn.
Yeah. No. I'm not wasting no spell.
Why don't you just light yourself up, son?
Lewis, can I do that? Can I...
Damn, she don't got 0 level spells. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Wait, can she do what?
So I'm gonna use my Phoenix power to like light myself on fire. And
You want to be,
I don't
you want to
get
be a
that until-
walking spot.
I don't
Said
get that
light
until
myself-
third level.
light
So
yourself
wait a
on
hold on,
fire.
guys.
Do you have
I
the
don't
light?
get
Can
Do
be
you
a
have-
Super Saiyan.
Do you have the light spell?
No,
You don't have a 0 level spell, dude.
No, I don't.
Oh my god.
I just bought torches, guys. There's no reason for it.
Get by the effort.
Let's just say she was trying to hide her abilities still.
How many torches?
Thank you. So
There you go.
She hands a few people. She hands Waylon and
Whoever's taking
whoever's taking a
lead
torch.
point, whatever.
Who's ever taking
can-
a torch, take one.
I ain't
Alright.
taking one.
I'll take one.
Waylon takes one.
I'm okay in the dark.
Don't I have dark vision, so I'm good.
I have the
Right. I don't know you have dark vision though. You got that mask on. That's
Oh,
a little
true.
risky one.
That
Yeah,
is
they probably
true.
walked right in there in the complete darkness and didn't complain.
That's why I assume that they didn't have dark vision. But if I see them maneuvering like everything is fine, I'm like, okay.
Icarus.
Not me. Not me. I take a torch.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Icarus says, "I can."
Eventually, that bass is gonna give you guys away in your voice. Yeah, eventually you're gonna be like, that does not sound human.
I mean,
You're gonna say the wrong word the wrong way.
Yeah,
So
I
you're gonna be
mean-
like,
all it
We
takes
never.
is
you're gonna be
somebody.
never-
with a-
we
all
never-
it takes
everyone's
we
like,
never-
somebody with
We,
a
first of all, we never stated any race whatsoever. So
somebody with a
whatever
high.
you assuming, that's
yeah.
on you.
Somebody
you
with
know?
a high
No, you're
perception.
right, you're
somebody
right.
with somebody
I'm
with a
just
high
saying, like,
perception's gonna be
you
like,
can
that voice doesn't sound human.
You know, only
Yeah.
reason why I'm adding up all these, you know, all these variables like this to come to these conclusions is because I'm an avid like illusionist kind of character, like player. Like I think I haven't played an actual, but besides Zed, honestly, but I've looked at illusion magic a lot, and there's like a couple of things about like a disguise or whatnot that has to be right. You know, visuals, you know, tactile, you know what I mean? All that will to disbelieve shit. So I'm always like, how he doesn't have a spell disguising his voice as a human. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like you got a mask on your face. Okay, so we can't see if you're a human. You could be wrapped up, so we can't see your, you know, your goblin claws or hands or whatever. You probably have a gait that resembles maybe a human.
You know?
But I'm sure the words you're saying gotta be triggered. You know,
whatever you put together.
Why
man,
does he
let
say?
me
Why does he
know.
say that word instead of this word? Oh, must be
Well-
his culture. He must come from the Upper East Side or something. Like like
So Waylon takes out his crossbow and he loads it.
oh.
So that's ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually take out my crossbow too.
Icarus
not
says
sure
she's
on
gonna
that
take
one.
point. Icarus says she takes point because she can see in the dark. She'll take point with it.
Dang. Oh, speaking of which, I
taking
have
point and,
acid splash now. I don't really need to use this damn crossbow.
Defensively.
Icarus, if you would allow it,
Like that.
perhaps
I'm not gonna take out my crossbow.
perhaps
Charges
maybe,
a switch.
maybe stand right behind me. In that case, if there's anything that happens, you'll see it, but maybe I'll take the hit, not you.
That's a very good idea. Let's do that instead.
What a gentleman. Very few are those left in this age.
She doesn't even care if you
Well, I guess move your characters around to whoever's by
Okay,
the.
so I will
Are
be
we-
behind
Rakeem's
Rakeem.
there by the
is this
door.
This
Yes.
this where we're
Right
going,
here.
right?
Yeah, there's the doorway.
Mhm.
The door is here.
I'll
So I
be
see
behind
you
Rakeem.
two are in front. Nickers is right
Gwynmere
here
is
behind.
should
always
put
gonna
it-
be
put
in
it-
the middle of the entire game.
Yeah.
Then move.
Always. That's his spot. He is the center.
I don't have control over Kaladin. Really.
We gotta put
yeah,
that.
that's
We
right.
gotta put the squishy in the middle. Absolutely.
Yeah, protect me, motherfucker.
Controlled by Calvin.
I got 6
and...
HP, bro. You
Yo.
can sneeze on me and I'm dead.
Not
Alright.
gonna lie, like
you
because
got
that charge maneuver they pulled on you.
Right?
Yeah.
I should have been
Like,
dead, son.
Well, that doesn't like exist like that in D&D really.
Oh, what do you mean?
So like being able to double dash and then attack.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
double dash is like the second dash is like your action in D&D. So
Oh.
like
Well,
that
he was
doesn't
on
really
a mount. That's what happened.
right,
His
but
mount
that
was
shit
in.
like doesn't like it caught me completely off guard.
Off
Like that's
guard,
part of me
right?
learning
Oh.
this fucking system was I'm like, fuck, he could do that.
Oh,
Yeah, he had like 100 feet to work with. It was crazy.
Bro,
Yeah.
I
What
did
you
not
talking
think,
about?
and then the whole like attack of
When-
opportunity, and all y'all had fucking bows out, so none of y'all could do it. I was like,
It was a
like,
a fucked situation. It was. He's talking about
there's-
when the commander on the
Yeah.
rider
Oh.
fucking like completely just
Just
went
zipped
around
out.
everyone
Okay,
and
well,
came
that's
to the back
because
line and
You know what,
fucking
fuck
that
it.
I'm like,
that's
damn.
because I don't know. I don't even think there's any real, and it's been a complaint a long time in the 5e community that they don't have like any real mounted combat. Fucking.
yeah, there ain't shit.
Oh.
So like,
They don't have
that's
real
what I'm
mount. They
saying.
don't have mounted combat rules that much.
I was looking at
know.
that whole combat mat in like 5e mode,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
so
no,
when that
mounted
happened, I'm like,
mounted
like-
combat's a little more intricate, I should
he
say.
said, "What? Holy fucking shit!"
Yeah, the way mounted combat works in 3.5 and Pathfinder,
shit.
since it's practically
I,
the
Yeah,
same
dude,
man.
thing.
I was positioning
that shit got me
myself
thinking.
like in 5e. I was
I want to
positioning
ride a.
myself
I want to
perfectly.
ride a
It's
fucking
Right.
wolf.
In here,
it's
it was like
Thinking.
didn't matter
you
for
get
shit. I was just like,
it's once you're mounted. Once you're mounted, and you have to make sure you're on a mount that will accept you as a rider and is trained for combat. There's like that's why there's a ride skill, because there's like certain things you can do while you're mounted. You can like take cover behind your mount, so you can increase your AC. That takes a ride check. If you fall off your mount, you can roll a ride check to land safely. You can roll that feat that Goblin Commando had allows them to make a ride check to counter somebody's attack. Which was how he was able to avoid his mount from getting hit. Shit like that. But
Yeah,
once you're on a mount,
Yeah,
the mount also has, because it's
Its
in
own
in
movement.
5e, because they're trying to I don't know, they're trying to make things simplify and balanced. They have it where if you have a pet, I know if you have like a pet or a companion, like if you're a Beastmaster Ranger or whatever, like you don't have separate turns. You have to use your own actions to have the pet or the companion actually take an action, which is like fucking insane.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's
Yeah,
weird.
it's like there's two, but you share the same action pool.
yeah. I don't know, that shit just threw me for a loop.
It's
'cause I was
not like that here. And here, once you're on a mount, the mount has
Mhm.
its own turns separate from yours. It has
I'm
a
like
it,
looking at
it,
it
ha-
like-
it has a standard action, it has a move action, and it can take swift actions, but it's guided and directed by you. So what the when you're mounted, since you don't have to use a move action to move because you're using the mount's movement, you can use a move action to do something else because you don't need to move. Your mount's the one that's moving. So you
Right.
can
That
use
makes perfect
so you
sense.
could use a move action.
It
Yeah,
just
exactly.
makes
Makes
sense. You're
sense.
just sitting there.
You can use a move
Like, what
action
the
to
fuck?
like take out
Yeah.
an item or take out a weapon, and then you can use
Right.
your standard action. Cast a spell, make an attack, leap, or whatever you want. For a standard action
Mhm.
while you're mounted, your mount will use its move action to move. And what's cool is like what that goblin did was he used his mount's movement to move, which was like 50 feet, because that was the
Mhm.
speed. That's the speed of the fucking goblin dog. And
Mhm.
instead, and then it still had a standard action left, and you can use a standard action to take another move action, which is what he had it do. He had it use its standard action to pretty much double move. So he was able to move his mount 100 feet in that round, and he still had a move action, and he still had a standard action of his own.
Mm.
Mhm.
So
That shit threw
Yeah.
me for a loop. I thought you were perfectly safe, and then he fucking
Yep.
just ran past everyone, and I'm like,
Mhm. He was
So
like,
yeah,
"Fuck that
now
guy in the
that's the quick dirty basics with mounted combat.
I didn't
So
even know that shit was possible.
it has
Yeah.
its mounted
My man
combat
was like,
definitely
"What?"
has some good advantages. It's obviously the disadvantage is that you know unless you're on a really strong mount, like somebody could just somebody strong could take your mount out. Somebody could cast disintegrate on your mount and whatever. But that's why certain classes have it where like rangers and paladins, if they get special mounts where the mount will grow in power with them.
Ah.
Which I don't even think
So-
which isn't even a fucking thing in 5th edition either. Like the
Mhm.
fucking I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, damn, like
Yeah, none of that shit's
this
a
is
thing.
this is this is
Yeah.
all you,
Like,
this
make
is
it
all
more
you
food.
get. This is all you could get. Like garbage.
All right, so
But anyway.
if we're walking into this place, I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
keep my eye out for any sort of obvious, stupid, if there's a tripwire or a fucking whatever.
You do an inspection around, and you don't notice any like traps set up or anything crazy like that. Just a door that hangs ajar, and it sounds quiet as the dead in there. So
I'll just walk in.
as the door opens, or grabs and takes the door. The door to the vault was an easy enough task to open. However, as the vault door is opened, those with sunlight from outside like shines some light into the vaults, and those with dark vision can see anything that the light doesn't touch. You immediately see springing to unlife 2 skeletons. They're not that big. Don't worry about it. 2 skeletons.
Holy shit!
This is broad daylight too, right?
Yep. 2 what appears to be 2 skeletons of human skeletons. No weaponry. It's just but they can attack with the bone claws of their fingertips. Which counts as claws. And lumbering inside. Actually, I gotta make room for this fuck.
Oh fuck! Really?
So like right by the door, as soon as
Yeah.
you like take the rest of the stone door off, right in front were these 2 skeletons.
Let's get it.
And they're
Oh
like,
shit, we fighting undead already?
and they're like their heads like they jerk up like very suddenly, and they're
Mhm.
and they start lurching towards you with their bone claws out, and
I love how
but
freaking the
behind
sheriff is in the back.
behind them, I knew somebody was gonna say something. Behind the
son.
skeletons.
This is your city. You fucking motherfucker. Risk your life too. What the hell is going on here? My man was looking at us like, so you guys you guys are awesome. People have been talking a lot about you, yeah.
He's smart, bro.
Nah,
That's
he
My
has
man just started slowing his footsteps
he's,
back. Slowly we get to the boneyard before him.
he sees your characters like getting ready for any possibility, so he has his hand on his weapon,
piece of shit.
like ready to draw it in case there is.
Oh, I'm
danger.
sorry, that was scumbaggish.
What is it?
Jesus,
Is it gunslinger?
His. Let me check his fucking.
Do you have a piece?
No.
Right?
Firearm?
He said ready to draw it, but he was a gunslinger.
No, draw his weapon. Like I meant like.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, not draw a pistol or anything.
Matt's
like
gunslinger crazy. I know y'all know that already.
Gunslinger. Let's punch this shit in the face.
Mm-hmm.
What weapon does he have?
Wow. When this dude found out there was gunslingers, he couldn't stop talking about gunslingers. Yo. All day, every day.
I fucking
Gunslingers.
love it
I
because
said, why didn't you tell me?
that's
Why
how it
didn't you
was when I
tell
got.
me?
That's how it was when I did Xyno. Like I was
Yeah.
fucking geeked when I found out the shit they can do.
Why didn't you tell me?
You know
I
what?
got you, my guy. Listen, if you got any
Yeah,
questions
no, that was
about a
that was
gunslinger,
that was
I
me
got you.
game.
All right, well, you know
I-
what?
I
He has
needed
a he has a pole arm. I'll give him he has a halberd.
Listen, that's dope as shit. I read all them goddamn Dark Tower books, and it's
The
Yeah.
Dark Tower books. The
So-
Dark
all
Tower
the
Alright.
books.
Oh
shades,
yeah, I
man.
always
And
wanted
it makes
to
me
read
mad
that.
because the fucking movie was terrible.
Yeah.
It
Behind-
was
be-
terrible.
be-
I heard that's the Idris Elba thing, right?
it was bad.
Damn.
They did those books dirty. That movie was dog shit compared to those
You know,
books.
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting much. Like, I remember what they fucking did to the Aragon series, and you know, after that point, I don't believe in. I don't.
Yeah.
Movies.
Did you say,
books,
wait,
tell
did you
movies
say there
are
was
crap.
something else behind the ghouls?
Yeah, he was
I'm
saying
sorry.
something with a fucking halberd or something big or something.
No. I said
Oh.
Hemlock. The weapon that he has is a
Oh,
halberd.
alright.
He has a halberd.
I don't know. He said make room for the skeletons. What the fuck is in there with skeletons?
Lumbering behind the skeletons, and now
Lumbering.
like
big.
now reaching forth and like shuffling its massive size towards your group.
Hmm.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
It appears to be a zombie that used to be an ogre.
Oh,
And
that's large size.
its body
Ogre.
its body is like it has the patches of its dead skin that's like
Damn.
kind of pulsing slightly with like these blisters that pop and have like this they have like this pus that comes out of it, and its hands are covered and like these big boils. That's
It's a
like
freaking,
leaking that's leaking the same kind of like
It's a
pussy
freaking.
substance.
The hell is that shit from fucking Last of Us?
Oh,
Zig Zag.
you're talking about fucking the bloaters.
Bloater, there you go.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Looking like a bloater.
It looks like somebody broke it. Somebody. It looks like somebody came in here with the goblins, broke in here for some reason, and then left behind left behind some undead.
Well,
Okay.
let's fucking get it.
Well, you don't have to tell me, man. I'm about to roll that initiative.
Wayland goes, well, they did not waste any time giving you the blood that you were lusting after.
Oh, who has knowledge of religion?
Not me.
And not tell them.
That's for sure.
Who has knowledge, religion?
Why do
No
I
one
not
has knowledge
fucking
religion. This is
I didn't
hilarious.
take
I
that,
probably
none of
should. But I don't.
I will take it next.
I'm just
Uh,
saying,
next,
sorcerers don't
next
get
level.
sorcerers don't get shit for skills. This shit is abysmal. This is bad,
Dang.
bro. This comparing it to Luna, this is atrocious.
Well, I mean,
Can I beat
Well,
DC 10?
Luna
so-
only gets 2 points also, but the thing is she needs intelligence, so that's why
Even that she needs.
that's
I'm talking
why-
about class skills. She has.
Yeah.
Icarus has no class skills comparing it to Luna. Luna has like 14.
Luna.
We roll an initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I can do no-
no. What I'm saying is Luna only has a bunch of skills because her class requires intelligence. Same as a wizard. They both only
Which
get 2
should be
points.
your highest stat. right?
Sorcerer's
It's
got
12,
Sorcerer's got
and
four-
then-
2
What
points.
did they expect sorcerers just to be dumb?
Oh.
Dumb
Some
masters? Is that what this
some
is?
people
They
will.
didn't have to
much,
study,
yeah.
man.
Some
They didn't
pe-
have to study.
Some people will dump
They-
that.
That's for free.
They'll dump
They
that.
didn't have to study. They
They'll-
just woke up one day and was like, "Wow."
They'll
I'm
yeah.
godlike.
Some people
Yeah.
will
That's
dump
a
that
sorcerer.
intelligence on a sorcerer. They'll be like,
So
oh,
what are we gonna do? Not create magic items then? What what type of shit is this right now?
Actually, yeah. You're a mutant? Don't you understand? Like you got your powers. Like why do you got? Why you mesmerized?
Crazy.
She
I never
said
thought
you're
of
a
it like,
mutant.
No, I leaned into that shit so hard as a sorcerer in D&D, and we had a wizard, and I made sure to like fuck with him about it. About how he spent all these hours studying like he's a fucking nerd, and I could do it just because I could just
Yeah,
fucking
you
do
got
it.
to. Yeah.
Like
Maybe
my
I'm-
magic's invested.
But
in
what the
me,
wizard
bro.
can do, but here's what the wizard could do to the sorcerer. He's like, oh yeah, well, can you cast this? Can you cast that?
Yeah.
No.
Can you
Can
cast
you
that?
cast this? No. You cast this? No.
Damn.
You know what? You know what?
He
I know.
did.
You know
Well-
what? I know you can't cast any of this. Tomorrow, I will cast all of this. How about that?
Oh
the
shit.
day after, I'm gonna change it up. And the day, can you do that? Can you?
Can you?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that when third edition came out that there was they differentiated the two arcane classes. That was
Right.
because I
Yeah,
remember
I
when
see
third
what you
edition
mean.
when third edition first came out, we're like, what the fuck is a sorcerer? Like what? That was our first question. We're looking at all this new shit because we came from second edition D&D and we're looking at all this shit coming out for third edition. Oh, they're bringing back the barbarian. Oh, they're bringing back the monk. Oh, we're like, oh shit. And then we're like, and they're like, oh, a whole new class, sorcerer. We're like, the fuck is sorcerer? Like, what's the difference between that and the wizard? And then when the book came out and the show and we're reading it, we're like, why did they have this in second edition?
Damn.
But
Yeah, sorcerers. Yo, I
No,
like
I'm not-
sorcerers.
and
I
let me
like
get this
So
clear.
we-
I'm not saying
So we
that
get
I
ready
don't-
to fight.
I'm
like
not
if you
saying I
know
don't
what you
like the
want,
class.
you can make
Yep.
it work.
Yeah,
and
I'm
if
not
you,
saying
make
I don't
anything
like
work.
the class and I want to
you
change
don't know
it.
what
I'm
you
not
want.
saying
You
that.
should probably be a wizard.
It is different from what I'm used to. Like
Oops.
Luna's
Yeah.
different from what I'm used to, and now Icarus is different from Luna, which I'm not used to.
That's good though.
Like,
Yeah,
I,
man,
Right.
I
got some
enjoy it. I
variety.
enjoy
Right.
it.
Now you understand a whole nother side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Imagine you made 3 gunslingers, bro.
You know what? It's funny
Right.
because I wanted to make a shield marshal. It's not even fucking funny.
You gotta make a whole different type.
I wanted to make a tank fucking gunslinger. I thought about it.
Like
long
a siege,
and
the
hard.
siege gunner. The siege
Yes!
gunner.
Yes!
Yeah. I'm gonna make
Yes!
one like
It would have been cool.
Barrett, like Barrett with a gun arm and shit.
I
Bro.
wanted
Big
to
old
fucking-
black man with a gun,
I
with a
wanted to
chain gun
fucking-
arm.
I wanted to fucking take a
I
mortar.
wonder if they have rules for that. That would be interesting.
I wanted to fucking take a mortar and just start blasting people.
an integrated fire. Yeah, I've seen it. Integrated firearm.
What the fuck?
I'm not playing another gunslinger. I'm not playing another gunslinger.
The only I mean the only
Mega
problem
Man.
the only
That
problem
sounds crazy.
the only drawback is that like I mean the pro
You
is
can't open doors anymore.
the pro
like
is
your
like
ass.
nobody could disarm your weapon and if it breaks you'll have to fix it. But like the drawback was you have penalties to your certain skill checks that require 2 hands like climbing.
Makes
Damn.
sense. Yeah, I mean, I want arm.
I'm not gonna play
Yes.
another gunslinger for a very long time. Okay, I would say that I've kind of got my share on that one. I want to play a tank next go. That's what
Well,
I'm
Get it.
11 years
Let's
deep.
fuck some undead up.
All right, roll.
Yeah, let's beat this. Let's
roll,
beat this shit up.
I need Caldum's initiative and Icarus and okay, I see Rakim rolled his, so it's 12. Okay. Wayland's initiative.
Kill them.
Kill them. All I see is somebody getting fucking bopped. This. Oh my lord.
Alright.
Stat this guy? I think I had the stat this guy.
I knew
Oh,
the
shit,
Lord was gonna
shit.
just wait and let us do all the work, son.
This is Wayland's initiative.
Okay.
Caldum's initiative.
Watch it get the 20, son.
Caldum's initiative.
How did I
is
not stat this?
Oh my lord.
Okay.
What
yeah.
is he? Yo, what's these low rolls going on?
Caldum's initiative.
We're just picking up where we left off, yo.
That's okay. I would rather not go first. That's all right. I don't want to go first. I'll take it.
Wait, is that 24?
You don't wanna go
Oh, that
first.
24
You
is
see my spells? What
That's
am I
what
gonna
Caldum-
do?
Caldum's
I'm not gonna
okay.
touch it.
You don't have any spells?
I have 1 offensive spell. 2 offensive spells. 2.
Use it. What the hell?
It's
But
the
one
heal
of them
shit,
is
right?
yeah, one of them's a
Yeah.
touch, and the other one's a
Yeah.
ray.
And you have that heal shit, right? Where you can basically make a heal grenade.
Yeah, I can turn any of my spells into healing.
Yeah.
Any of my offensive spells into healing.
Oh,
Any of your energy
Yeah.
spells.
I'm so glad I created that. I'm not gonna lie.
All right,
I'm
rolling
gonna flex
initiative
myself
for
out.
the
Smart.
monster.
Pat yourself on your back.
What are you rolling?
I was rolling for the enemy.
Enemy.
That bloater thing better have an initiative of like -7, son.
All right. Can we trip that?
Hell yeah, you can.
You can attempt to, yeah.
Enemy.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand you the other end of the whip. Gonna clothesline that shit's legs.
Mm.
Oh, speaking of your whip,
Oh.
Quit.
I know, but it's like here comes Lewis.
The
Yoke.
nerf, the yoke.
Lewis, the yoke.
Oh yeah, I'm always thinking that.
just the dual damage.
I
in there
just
is
no, I
bad.
just real I was noticing that he has the bestial instinct floor, which is a -2 to attack to his attacks
because he's
unless he's using unarmed strikes or natural weapons. So for your whip, I had to take off another 2 off the attack because of your floor. So you have a +2 to hit with that instead of +4.
To what? The
-2 to attacks with the whip because of bestial instinct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was something I noticed recently. Didn't notice it during the last fight, but shit happens.
H.
Rory was with him.
I didn't even use the whip in the last fight. I was just punching shit.
But the whip? No, it was the beginning of the fight. You knocked the goblin down. Like as soon as the fight started, you knocked one.
No,
down.
that was an uppercut. I just ran over there and punched that shit in the head. The one that was biting the little girl.
No.
That was some one
I meant
punch.
like the beginning.
Oh,
like when
the
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you were the first one to attack. Actually, no, it was Quindamir that was the first one to attack. He dropped the first one, and then Nasir went right after that.
And what do you know? Quindamir's first to attack yet again.
Hey, the diviner.
Quindamir is
You
going
foresaw
to say,
this happening, and you were able to
Holy
react the
shit.
quickest out of everybody. You caught a vision of what was about to happen as they opened
He
the door.
goes, shit. Got a little insight. So
Diviner sense is tingling.
says, do they have to be engaged with an enemy already? Let's see. Hang on a second. I don't think so.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna draw the reach.
What does engaged in? Oh, in order for them to benefit, you have to be able to see your ally and the designated enemy. Be able to hear them. Okay, so since Caldum is going first, Caldum, and where's who's gonna be going after him?
That pink box is.
Damn, you guys got lower than a 12.
That
Let's
pink
see.
box is the zombie's reach.
Yep.
Anybody in that box is threatened.
Can get hit.
By the zombie.
Rice in the handbag.
All right, so Quindamir is gonna talk to Caldum. He's gonna use a move action to give them some combat advice. I'm gonna say, no, we need the music too. He goes,
Yeah, I know.
he says,
Big brother. That even sounds weird. Not used to that yet. Don't take it personally, Waylon. Or Wayway. Wayway. That's how you kinda. Don't take it personally, Wayway, but bigger brother. Be careful when you are going to attack these monsters. When you go to dispatch these monsters. And he kind of says that I will give you some advice to better coordinate your attacks, or better coordinate your offense. Same with you, Rakim. Even though I know you both won't really need it. And Quindamere will basically be done. That'll be him like basically preparing himself for whenever their turn goes. Actually, I don't know if it's even like it's not really a ready to action either. It says
you see how combat advice says basically as a move action I can offer them advice to give them a +2 competence bonus on against an enemy. It says for them to benefit, I just have to be able to see my ally and the designated enemy.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and they must be able to hear me. So I'm assuming that means that like if as long as I could see them, the enemy and them,
yeah.
I guess I'm designating the
as a move action. You basically as long as you can see,
the big boy.
As long as you can see your ally
Actually, you know what?
and
The
the
little
one
ones,
you,
the little ones,
yeah.
the little ones. They probably have higher AC anyway. Yeah, the little ones. So, yeah, the ones closest to each of them. So for Kaldum, it would be the one on the left, and for Rakim, it would be the one on the right. Because you really shouldn't be moving through that threatening space. You really shouldn't be. At least not that much.
Now it's a move action, so yeah, you could do it twice.
Yeah, I do it twice. Yeah, so there you go.
Move action.
Y'all both have a +2 to hit.
And then what he's doing
Skelly's closest to you.
What he's for those that are new, he's using his move action to use his feat called combat advice. As long as he can see his ally and then see the enemy that they're and see the enemy, he can grant his ally a +2 bonus to their next attack against that enemy. It's a move action from the use, so he did that, and then he has a standard action, which you're allowed to substitute your standard action for another move action, which is what he did. So he's using his feet twice. One on
nice.
one. Well, you said one on Kaldum and one for who?
Rakim. I think he comes up first.
And it's to attack
those are the first 2 melee. The skeletons closest to them, I assume they have higher AC than the big zombie.
Okay. All right.
So
yeah, you guys see Quindamere giving some very sound, logical, very informative advice, informing you how to,
The skeletons must be a little quicker, probably a little bit more resilient to your attacks. The bigger one, although he may be slower and easier to hit, I would be careful of his reach. It seems that he could probably hit you from all the way back here, all the way back there. Kind of, yeah.
Kaldum. It is his turn.
Kaldum responds, "Thank you, brother, for the advice. The big one's mine. Besides, he can only hit what he can see." And then he uses his move action to study the ogre zombie.
All right.
I should have asked him which one is he gonna go for. So
I have cover, right?
From the doors, maybe.
From the doors, Louis? Do I? Does the ogre zombie have full sight to Kaldum, or?
I mean, the doors are open, so yeah, it can attack right through. Yeah.
All right. So then, what I'll do is I will.
What? You gave me. Why? Is it because it's a melee weapon that has reach, or? I thought reach had to deal with the soft cover shit.
It does.
And there's none in front of him, or there's no cover even. The doors are open that widely. He's inside attacking outside.
He's right here. So I can just have him attack from this square straight
Yeah,
out.
he can still heal straight out.
I can. Yeah, he's large size. I can pick which square he wants to attack from. Which
Mhm.
of the 4 that he takes up.
Wow.
So I use a move
Damn,
equivalent
bro. He's
action
gonna
to
have to learn
study it.
some.
So you see Callum's eyes narrow, and he goes, "That spot right there," and then he uses his.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys have Caldum has a ranged weapon. I would have put it on Caldum to fight if he's gonna fight the big one. I forgot he had a ranged weapon. He doesn't have to get in the melee. Can we retcon that?
He's a guy right down there. I have
Depending on did he already was his sickles out in the beginning or was his bow out? Like I would have known, right?
no, he's gonna 5 foot
So he would have
I
had
guess
his bow out. See?
as part of he's gonna
Yeah, but
right
I probably
here.
should have asked what weapons were out. But
As
I
he-
know
no,
somebody.
he's gonna
Somebody
take
said
it out right now.
crossbow.
Actually,
Okay.
he didn't have him out before, so I'm not gonna metagame. But as he
Alright.
moves here, he can take it out because he has a +1 base attack. He can take his weapon out as a move, as part of the move. It's a 5 foot. As part of the 5 foot step, he can draw
Slayers
his
get
weapon,
full
right?
base attack? That's crazy.
No, it's a move action from the draw. If he was moving,
Even if I 5 foot step, doesn't count as a move.
it's only if he's moving. If he's moving, he can draw a weapon at the same time. But he's not. He used the move action
on
to
it.
study, and then
To
you
study.
had him take a 5 foot
That's
step. He
cool.
still needs
Wow.
He still needs a move action to draw the weapon.
Okay, so instead of he does the study, and then he 5 foot steps there, I'll go on my original plan. And that should take me out of the ogre's line of sight. I like to use my standard action.
You might
to-
provoke an attack of opportunity. Oh,
Why?
5 foot.
if you use a ranged weapon in front of the other one.
Oh no, I'm not using a ranged weapon.
Oh, okay.
So I take a standard action to do a stealth check.
Okay.
1d20 plus 7. Actually, it should be higher than that since I just did. Let me see if it adds to. If my study target also adds to my skill check. My first time using them, so.
I think it does add to. No, it doesn't add to stealth.
Oh no, it does not. That's so weird. Why wouldn't they have it add to stuff? But they have it add to knowledge, substance, sense, motive, and survival. I was just thought that's his motive for stealth, man. He's my slayer. Anyways, so then plus 7 is his total stealth.
That was 16, bro.
Damn, it is what it is. So he moves there, does stealth. He does a study target, and then he's done. That's the move in the standard.
Skeleton. All right.
Mm-hmm.
One in front of Nasir, one in front of Rakim. They lurch forward real quick, and they're like clawing at you with their bony fingers. One on Nasir and one on Rakim. Oh, it's 2 attacks. So it's okay. That's the skeleton on Nasir, and this is the skeleton on Rakim.
Well, they have 2 attacks
Yeah.
each. Damn.
Yeah, they 5 foot step, which means they could take a full attack, and the full attack was 2 claw attacks.
Oh,
Level 1, relax.
Which Nasir's armor class? The armor class is 16. So 1 claw did hit. from the human skeleton. For 4 points of damage. For the other two skeletons, they missed. They both missed for Keem. He was able to dodge and deflect the attacks of the two claws that was coming at him. The skeleton's turn is done. We're up with Waylon.
Waylon undoes the gold buttons on his coat, and he goes,
Here it comes.
"Well, I know, older brother. You said that the big one is yours, but how can I resist such a large target?" And then he throws his coat open and reaches into the opposite side. He takes out one red vial and one blue vial, and pours the contents of the red one into the blue one, and starts to swirl it. And as it turns purple, it starts to glow. And then he lobs it over Icarus and Rakim straight at the ogre zombie.
Alright. Since your allies are far enough away from the zombie, you won't have to worry about needing precise shot. Although this still has the soft cover.
The ogre has a soft cover, you said?
It has soft cover, but you don't got to worry about the precise shot penalty.
Okay. Okay. So I got one from
+2.
He's within 30 feet, so I definitely got the point blank. So it should be a plus.
This will
7
be
total.
+3, and then +4 because of throw anything.
Mhm.
+5 because of total because of firebug. You got +5 total to your attack. Which is this a bomb or the demolition bomb?
The bomb, regular bomb.
Okay, regular bomb. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hits the zombie, the ogre zombie, and then splashes around the direct hit on the zombie, which then splashes to the skeletons, which I will make reflex saves for.
1d6 damage. Oh, they definitely passed. Jeez.
Let's go.
They passed that
nothing.
reflex.
Damn, that's crazy.
Skeletons are like, fuck this shit. I'm not dying like
I'm
that.
just gonna say, Lewis making all these D20s. We up there rolling 6s and 4s and shit. What the fuck is going on, my guy?
Alright, so I hit the zombie. It's 1d6 and then +4 intelligence, and then point blank shot, that's +5.
It's a
and then
1d6.
firebug, that's +6. The +6, the 1d6 +6. Okay.
Firebug adds to damage too? The firebug adds
Oh no,
to,
you're right. Only attack.
so it's just
The 1d6 +5.
6 plus 5 fire damage.
Mm-hmm. +5 fire damage. Yeah. Give me that.
And then the splash damage,
It's half of that.
it's always equal
Because
to
they passed that save.
that's supposed to be like 5 points of splash damage, half on a reflex. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Characters see a as you see the vial hit the ogre zombie and explode on impact, and it burns some of the zombie's flesh, lands on the backs of the skeletons and burns some of the bones. A couple of
And
bones,
then
a
after
couple of bones
that,
fall off.
that was my standard, and then Waylon actually stays right there.
All right,
Nice.
Raheem.
All right. So Quindamere gave me a +2 to hit this guy. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
an additional
Mhm.
+2 to your attack.
All right.
Mhm.
So it's definitely fighting defensive stance. You know, back into that Muay Thai shit. But with the +2, it's basically like a full attack. So I'm just gonna flurry of blows
All right.
twice.
So the first, it's only for the first attack you make.
For the first one?
For
Alright, so
that
for
will
the
get the
first one-
+2. So
Oh, that 18.
First one is
Nice.
that. Second one is the unarmed one.
all right.
The defensive one.
First attack, 18 + 5, 23. And for a damage of 3, you give it a quick jab, knock its head off. The body drop. The rest of the, on top of the damage it took from the flames, it drops. And then for your second attack, so 20, okay, that
Nice,
one, yeah,
bro.
that one, yeah,
Just
the-
like that.
an inaccurate attack on the second one. So
And then I get a 5-foot adjustment, right?
yeah, you can 5-foot.
Classic Rakim style. I am just stepping straight in there.
I see. Step straight towards the zombie, and the
And
zombie
man, am I glad Icarus was not in front.
with the zombie
For once,
seeing
Icarus
the
ain't in
first
the way. Let me stop.
target and stepping forward, a big rotten meaty fish comes down towards him.
Yeah, with them fucking blisters and shit on it. Gross.
Nasty.
I thought that was gonna be a 20 for a second. I saw,
Dude, it
I
looked
saw
like
I saw the 20 and I was like, is it gonna stop? I was like, oh shit.
Oh man.
Alright, and you see it's the attack bonus. Okay. Now what's your total AC? Because you fought defensively just
He's
now. Right?
fighting.
23.
Yeah.
Total to 23. Okay. And what do I get? Man, you barely dodged this attack. You were able to sense where the attack was coming from. You were in your style to like help you maneuver yourself away from the attack. Your reflexes were on point, but like just the size and the strength of the the attack coming at you, like you could feel the wind, and you could feel the wind like brush past you along with the stench of decay.
Ugh.
as you swerve to the side and it hits the ground in front of you and puts some cracks into the stone foundation as it hits. And then it's like and then it lumbers and then it continues to lumber to try and strike again. And your characters notice that it being a zombie, its movements are staggered. So zombies only receive one standard action every turn. They don't get they're considered staggered they're considered always staggered. So they could either move or they could attack. They can't do both.
It's representing that slow fucking zombie.
I would say if it was that close, Nasir probably would have noticed that when I tried to block that, it was I'm all about deflecting redirecting, energy. But being that the fucker was so big, it was probably a last second fuck, jump out of the way kind of thing.
It was a close call.
Oh wow.
If you weren't fighting defensively, if you weren't using your style right now, that would have been that have been on your chest.
On your chest.
That'd have been that would have been an open chest right there. That zombie would be like open chest. Wow.
Open chest. What?
Rakim would be like.
Breathing dumb hard like
Uh, Nasir, you're up.
Um, I think I'm gonna leave the skeleton to I'm gonna let them clean up the skeleton. I think I'm gonna get some licks in on this meat ass.
What the big boy?
This big boy. Get this
All
jab
right.
style rolling.
You're gonna have to maneuver
Um,
yourself in there. Everybody's in the way. It's gonna take. I guess you can move.
Can I do acrobatically and go through
You
this
can move into
the
his
skeleton?
space and then move through his. Or you can, yeah, you can do an acrobatics over that skeleton. All right, you're Let me look at the skeleton's combat maneuver defense, and now since you're going through him, I'm gonna have to add an additional +5 to his defense. So I see the number. So what you need to do is make an acrobatics check and beat
Can he like
beat the
diagonal
CMD.
through my space?
He
and
could
then-
do that instead. He's got the
I'll do
movement to
that.
do that, to like go through your space and tumble between these two. Now he's gonna try. You're warning to now avoid an attack of opportunity from both
Yeah.
the skeleton
Oh,
and the zombie.
It's
So
both that one.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna make one acrobatics check to avoid the attack of opportunity from the skeleton, and then a second one to avoid from the zombie.
Ooh.
I might just remove this. I might just kill this. Just kill the skeleton.
Well, don't forget. Well, now here's the thing. Don't forget that you have mobility, meaning even if they do get the attack of opportunity, your armor class increases another 4. Your armor
That's
class
right, I
will
forgot I
be
took that.
20 against their attack
And
of
I
opportunity.
took dodge, right? So I have dodge and mobility, right?
Dodge is always on. Dodge is plus. It's plus
Okay,
1.
yeah.
Dodge is plus 1 to your AC.
That's
Yeah.
already in your shit.
Oh
Alright.
no, but he just barely missed Rakeem.
I'm
though.
saying, bro, like
He
Yeah,
just barely missed Rakeem with a 24.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill this skeleton. Don't worry.
Oh
I'm
shit.
gonna go ahead
He's
and
like,
knock
I'm
this
not gonna
skeleton.
chance it.
I'm just gonna punch the skeleton in the forehead
Alright.
with
Let's move your guy back down here.
with flurry of blows.
Make your attack.
What's that? 1d24.
And I think he gave you the +2 to attack. Also.
No, he gave it to Calvin.
Oh, he gave it to Calvin. That's
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Calvin and
So
Calvin was
that's,
just. And Calvin was like,
that's
"Fuck
just
your
four.
advice. I'm gonna do this."
Joaquin. Yeah. Not the first time. Mhm.
That's
The 9 was.
attack number 1.
The 9 was. You hit the skeleton,
Miss.
but it wasn't hard enough to like break the bone. So make
So
your
no damage?
No damage. Make your It was a miss.
Okay.
Should have hit the one down. Oh, let me stop.
So you can make
That
your
was me.
second one. And what do we have?
There you go.
Okay,
There
that's
you
a hit.
go.
Roll damage. Well, actually, I don't even. You don't even need to roll damage. Even the minimum amount of damage will take it out.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here, coach. Get him
Fuck
out
out
of
of
here.
here, you bag of fucking bones.
If you want a 5-foot adjustment, you can do that, and it won't provoke a touch opportunity.
Alright, I'll 5 feet adjust.
So the
Next to
two
Rakim.
monks side by side in front of the ogre zombie. That's kind of cramped in here, swinging around. We got Icarus. And Belor, who's going to
Sheriff
move.
Belor.
Sheriff
So
Belor.
is here or here?
He's where he is. He stepped up 5 feet.
So I will step up
5
and
feet.
I will transform my shocking grasp into a healing flame as I
Oh,
attempt to
shit.
heal Nasir. As the electricity comes from her fingers, you see the red side of her hair flare up, and instantly those electric pulses turns into flames. She lays hands on Nasir and she goes, "They will not take you today."
Roll 1d6.
Thank you.
You heal
Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you.
half of 1d6, which is 4. So you heal him 2 points damage. And mark off a first level
Crap.
slot.
The sheriff seen it. God damn it.
You're just
And-
outing yourself to everyone.
He comes up. He has his halberd out, and he's gonna try his best to attack with the halberd with the soft cover on the zombie from where he's standing.
Ooh, yeah, that didn't work out too.
All right, so it ends up
Yeah,
heading.
he
It
died.
ends up catching on
He
the.
almost knocked himself out.
He tried to like make sure he wasn't gonna hit anybody. He tried to get through the zombie, but it ended up his halberd ended up hitting the frame
Roof.
of the stone door at the top.
Oh,
The
God.
top frame of the stone
Embarrassing.
door. Hey, he tried.
Straight
He
embarrassing.
tried. Alright, Quindamir.
Queen Damir.
Queen Damir's go. Okay, so I will try to burn this one. See him like kind of start putting together some incantations, somatic verbal. You see some greenish dripping, but kind of staying acid splash from the back line. Also, he says, tell them. Actually, you won't be able to do it. So, Rakim. Step aside, Rakim. Watch your head. And he goes to shoot off one acid splash, bolt orb. I
Alright.
think that's a
Standard action to cast, and it's a 1d20 plus your dexterity, plus your base
Two.
attack, so plus 2, minus 4 because you don't have precise shot.
minus 2.
minus 2, and it has soft cover.
Can I use Precious for this? Oh, it has soft cover too? Oh, negative, bro. For some reason. Actually, no, I should still be able to hit. I wanted to use Prescience though. Hold up. Let's see if I can get this out. Yeah, we definitely. So we got that roll out the way. Now let's actually try the.
Now you see now you see one of its uses. It's like you got the bad luck out the way.
17.
If
So
it
he
if
goes
it
to
didn't
try to
have
shoot
so,
off-
if it didn't have soft cover, that would have been a hit.
That would still hit him. Wow, that's crazy.
That's
All right,
7
so
would hit, yeah.
he goes. He's like, I thought I told you to watch, to watch your head. And he like, you caused me to mix up my shots. And then he goes, I hope that he says, Caldum. He goes, he's gonna use a move action to basically use combat advice, and he's gonna be like, this time, what's his name? Nasir. I will help you. Land another blow. Just follow my lead on this one. Go for the legs. Then you can go for the heart.
Alright.
And then his turn is done.
Caldum, you're up.
Tell them then he has finished studying the ogre zombie.
Hmm.
And he's like,
Couldn't they move here?
There's a wall. Like the entrance
Yeah,
is
you
where
have
the
to go
entrance is
around.
where Nasir and Rakim are at. That's
Alright.
the entrance. way, and so Caldum can't even like actually doesn't even have any line of sight to it. So
Right. It doesn't have line of sight to him either. So he uses a move action to take out his
go live.
composite bow. 5 foot steps right here. And takes a shot at the
I
ogre
thought you could
zombie.
move through ally spaces.
You can.
Or you could, but it'll provoke an attack of opportunity from the ogre.
Yeah, because if he'll move in here, which is fine, but then once he moves here, yeah, the ogre will get a. Yeah.
That's alright. He moves right there, takes out his composite bow as a move action, and standard action takes a shot at the zombie. At the zombie ogre. And then
Precise shot, man.
has,
Y'all really about to make me get precise shot. This
Take
he
your
doesn't have
shot.
precise shot, but he did do his.
I can't even hit touch AC because of all the bodies in the way.
His, what you call it?
It's alright. I think
It's a cramped space, man. Ain't much we could do.
Has a plus
yeah.
1
That's what happens when you have like 6 party members.
to his weapon and
Think about his bow is a plus
Got a fucking army.
plus 4 range attack to hit, minus 4 without precise shot, so plus 0.
You can still hit, but dang.
What about the bonus from
I mean, he's
steady
got
target?
so
So it should be
plus
plus one, right?
Plus 1 to hit then, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 1 to hit against the ogre zombie's AC increased by 4 from soft cover.
There you go.
13. Let me see his armor class again. The plus 4 AC. Allies are in the way. That soft cover.
So cover is like 2, right? Or 9 or 4.
The 13 was a miss.
Okay.
Only
Waylon
cause,
throws
only
another
cause
Regular
bomb.
AC is that high? Damn, that's crazy.
Waylon throws another bomb. Boom.
It's that soft.
throws another bomb.
man.
1d6
Yeah.
plus
Soft cover is
1d6.
definitely a big part of it, yeah. Nice. 7 damage.
He blowing this thing up.
7 damage. How much that take? Nice. Then this thing is healthy.
It is a big boy. Waylon throws, so you see another bomb fly over and explode against the side of the zombie, blowing a chunk off of his shoulder. The Waylon goes,
The zombies
You go.
blowing up. Chunks are blowing up.
It's okay if you miss, right? Waylon can miss and still do damage.
Yeah, he could.
That's what it is, okay. That's basically your intelligence or what?
Yeah, he does intelligence to damage with his bombs.
His splash weapons, yeah.
Um,
He gets to add intelligence bonus to his splash weapons damage.
So, question: if you move around this thing, but you're not leaving melee range, is it still attack of opportunity or?
Well, yeah, because he's threatening this space right now at your end, so leaving it on without caution will provoke an attack of opportunity.
So that's different. All right, so fuck it. I'm just gonna flurry of blows, attack twice defensively.
Yes, go ham, baby. Go ham.
1,
Make those numbers count, son. You freaking all in melee.
Actually,
Better
I'm gonna
start
add.
swinging, son.
Wait, who'd you combat advice to? It was Rakeem or it was Rakeem?
It was
Nasir
Oh, it was Nasir. Oh, okay. Let's see the 10.
Oh, it only lasts for one round.
The 10. You know, you hit
Yeah,
the
I have to keep doing it. Yeah.
you connect with the zombie, but you haven't like it didn't deal damage. However, the second attack was able to take some chunks off of it when you struck. That the 16 was a hit and deals 4 damage.
All right. I guess I'm a 5 foot. The fuck can we? How the fuck can we get flanking on this guy as big as he is? Like,
Get behind him.
Square.
Someone has to take a hit.
You'd
Whoever
have
has
to
the
you'd have
AC
to
bonus.
you'd have to tumble your way right here.
Yeah, but I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this spot open either. All right, I'm staying here.
2 more ogre zombies approach your party from the rear.
Waylon would be assed out right there.
There
All
you
right,
go.
another big swing comes down. Miss. Nasir.
Honestly, why don't we all just back up and let this thing come out so we can flank it? Like, there's really no reason for us to fight him in this terrible
So,
position.
really-
There's literally no
It's
reason.
a zombie, so I mean, it could only move or attack.
We could all get away from it and then just ready fucking ranged attacks and just fucking put holes
Is
in
that
this
+6?
Yeah,
Plus-
so your
plus
first,
2?
you're doing flurry. Yeah, the first
Like, don't
attack.
one of us
Well,
have
yeah.
mobility?
The
Have that
first,
person
the
take
first
the risk.
attack will have
you
an
know, take the risk,
additional
and
+2
then it probably doesn't have combat
because of
reflexes, but it's
combat
slow as
advice
shit.
from Quindamir.
And then
And then
Gotcha.
the second flurry will be the normal bonus.
Go, Nasir.
That first one was a hit.
He
Let's
said,
roll that damage.
"That is how you do it, Nasir."
Do I get +2 on that on the damage too, or no?
No, it's just it was just to the
Oh
attack.
no, just attacks. Calm down. You John. So on the damage too, huh? My man wanna pump it up.
5 damage, and now for the second attack.
You know what sucks about combat advice though? You can't get it to. You can't have it unless I wait. Can you ready
20 plus 4.
a move action? What? You can ready a move as a standard, I guess.
All right, that
Oh.
one was not a hit. I know he's trying mad hard. He's trying mad hard to get that jabbing style in there. 'Cause that would have been 2d6 plus.
Yeah, that would have been some nice damage.
Icarus, you're up.
It's almost down.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, shocking grasp it. I can't get it from here.
Damn, you gonna waste a spell?
No,
as far
Jesus
as like
Christ.
drawing it out, like fuck it, this
I
is
think
working.
right now I'm going to.
My man said, you know what? Fuck it. Level 3 spell right now. Shit is like, has 1 HP left. Where were you fucking 3 rounds ago?
Fucking like fireball.
That'd
I
be
am
crazy.
going to
Ultima,
cast-
go.
Ultima. Ultima. Like, bro, the overkill.
What's she doing?
I will cast Daze on the ogre zombie.
Oh god.
You cast Daze, and the
just think you
spell completely fizzles as its mind doesn't comprehend.
Oh yeah, I
That
forgot.
Immune,
Icarus, what's wrong with you?
it is
I'm
undead.
not gonna ray touch it. I'm in like there's
It
no
is
way I can hit it
immune
from
immune to
touch.
mind affecting effects, being undead.
I love that you. This is like a running gag for you, bro.
That's why I stopped fucking prepping the goddamn spell.
The Lord also missed his attack.
My man said, "Jeez."
So we go down to round 3. Quindamir.
Quindamir. Once
You
again, I
said
have to
it.
tell you guys what to do. This does not make sense to me. I feel like only the ones who are listening are the ones that are landing blows. How about this? Nasir and Rakim, finish the job. This thing is clearly slow. Too slow to even hit one of you speedsters.
Callum, and then
Keep your
Waylon.
feet in motion and send it back to the grave. 2 move actions, standard action plus 2 log zombie to both of them. I'm done.
All right, Callum, and then Waylon.
This is cool because Quindamir just keeps getting to be able to talk shit every turn and and give people bonuses. It's just you never see ranged like 8 and others. Like that's kind of what it's like turning into. Shit down.
Caldem takes another shot. Well,
Blow it up. Oh, there you go, precise.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry, it's supposed to be D20.
Yeah, 1d20 plus.
This guy
yeah,
said
1d20 plus
1d6.
1.
Oh, okay, that might hit.
What's his armor class again? Damn. If it wasn't for the 14 was a miss.
Okay.
That soft
And
cover.
Waylon,
Soft cover from who?
Waylon
Oh,
goes
he's
to blow
doing.
it
Oh, he's
up.
doing range attacks. Right.
Did
Okay.
I hit on 11 for the touch?
Waylon got. Oh, you added +5. -4 because of. Actually, no. He could throw it in the far back. Actually. Now that I
Yeah.
think about it.
Boom. Right,
So he can
square
keep
right
the
here.
+5, but the soft cover and his touch AC. It's touch AC with the +4 to that. That
They got like nose.
the 11. Where is he at though?
Which wants to swing at you guys
Ah,
one more
damn!
time?
You're trying to aim that square back there. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got -2 because of the range.
Really? Oh.
So that was
that's
it was a
bad.
miss, but at least it'll take the splash damage if I fail the reflex.
Which he's a zombie.
He's
with
going
hidden
to
damage.
fail the reflex.
So he's going
Yeah.
to
Failed.
womp womp.
Womp
Take
womp.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes 5. 1 plus intelligence. Boom. Oh, Waylon goes, come on. This is a tough one.
Rocky.
All right, 2 more fucking flurry of blows shits.
Ooh, a crit.
What? The critical. Actually, that should be +5 because of the bonus. So, I guess roll to see if
Good
it's a
night.
crit threat. Roll 1d20 +5, and the second attack hit on a 20.
Give me another 20.
Raheem went insane on this. Punched this,
Insano.
punched
Got- got-
uppercutted through its fucking or
Damn.
kicked.
Yeah, pissed at the
Did I?
end.
Well,
Did one
this
of those
would
straight
definitely
kicks? Yeah.
hold on. This would definitely be
That's a
a
crit.
Tony Jaa thing
Yeah.
Tony Jaa,
where
yeah.
he probably runs up, like jumps up off his fucking knee, and it's
Mhm.
like a elbow on the top of the head, but a knee under the jaw. At the
Oh,
center
one of
fucking
those
thigh.
pincer
I
hits?
see. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
I
that.
like that. That's
Tony
pretty
Jaa
cool.
is fucking godlike, man.
As he does that maneuver,
Definitely built different.
the burnt up, smelly, decayed ogre zombie, freaking, his body like plops to the floor, unmoving, and then all the boils and its body and actually its entire body instantly
It's early.
instantly bloats and
Oh,
then
man.
pops. Or should
Come
I say?
on, little death throw at level 1.
When it
Look at
pops,
Lewis, he's smiling,
I'm
son. Didn't I say
smiling.
move back? I told y'all niggas to move back. I don't care. Y'all gonna eat this damage, bro. Y'all gonna eat this damage, son.
Now, when it explodes, it doesn't explode dealing damage. It explodes in a burst of decay, exposing your characters to its nasty,
Ability damage?
to its nasty pus, and you're covered and the stench. Like it's just you're covered in it. The two adjacent to it, the 2 monks.
Oh no.
Damn.
Take
Not
lead.
like these.
Thanks,
Not like
Rakeem. You're the
these.
best.
Not
What a
like
jerk,
these.
son.
Yeah, I'm gonna reflex save, son.
Didn't even sound like they needed to save, or they could save. Sound like you just had to accept it.
Both of you make a fortitude saving throw.
There it is.
Oh, what is that? +5.
Nasty.
Okay. All right. Yeah, your character's everything's silent. The two monks are, covered up in the, let me double check. Okay. So after that, it clearly the two of you are gonna need a fucking shower. So a bath, a nice warm bath.
Damn.
You got some of it, and you can taste some of it. It's like,
Oh God.
ugh.
That's gross.
Well, you got AIDS now.
Other than that, who's the only one that took damage? Yeah, who's the only one person here that took damage, got
Someone
killed?
took damage? I didn't realize it. Man.
Nasir
Yeah,
did.
Nasir. Everything seems to be quiet and calm now. The skeletons are down, the zombies are down.
I'll spend some time healing.
Sheriff Balor takes a deep breath, breathes like you could tell like he wasn't expecting something like that. He was like, I was honestly expecting like a goblin or two hiding in there, not this. That was foul. That was dark. What is going
She
on?
took a swing, I guess.
Waylon buttons his coat back up and brushes some of the dust off his clothes. And then he goes, Belor, I have a
Can we
very,
check that?
very valid question for you. What kind of town are you running that you have such creatures roaming around in the brightest part of the day?
Right. Goblins everywhere, ghouls in the goddamn graveyard.
No,
What's
this
going on?
has no precedence. There's no check inside. What did they do in here?
You try
Yeah.
to change the subject.
Nah, we still gotta go in there.
My dude
I'm going
was
in
like,
there.
So wait,
I'm in. Can I have a look?
I'm like covered in pus and nasty shit.
oh God,
It's in your mouth, bro. It's in your
I'm like,
you taste like
I would say to Sheriff
like
Baylor,
ugh.
I'm like, this was indeed foul, Lord Ritter
scabbing and
Hemlock.
pus.
Are you in need of a hug?
Okay.
Covered in all this shit.
Yeah. You seem to be distressed. Would you like a hug?
I must tell you, Sheriff Baylor, if you are getting the Aurorians to be humorous, then you know that you have a very out of hand situation.
This is true.
Also, about how much gold do you think our services have garnered at this point in time? Because we have not even stepped foot inside of the premises yet.
Did we check this kid?
Well, if it's compensation for this, yes, I can arrange that.
He sounds always so annoyed, bro.
He has this look on his face like of just it's a look of like horror and confusion.
I only ask because I have already gone to 3/4 of my regions. And I fear that stepping into this place, that this is just the welcoming party, that I may not even have any more left to finish the job.
Well, from the looks of the interior of the vault, there's nothing else other than.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's not like
deeper or something.
it's not like there's a set of stairs that goes down or anything.
Okay, that's exactly what I was expecting, to go like below.
No, it's just it's just a vault that houses.
And we
the
roll
dead
perception checks to see if there's anything like you can see going on in
So
there.
as your character's looking around in there, you notice there were two things of interest. First, you notice a discarded robe that lies in a corner.
Somebody who worked here. They're like, I don't have to wear this anymore.
And it doesn't look like a robe that was there for like ages, like for as long as like this vault was like put up here.
And see,
so you don't see like In fact, it looks like a well embroidered robe.
Does it have any insignias on it?
You don't see any insignias. It just seems to be like a discarded, rather fresh, like dark brown robe. Just just thrown
What
here.
dimension I'll put
It
it
looks
on?
like
Does
it
it
was
have
like thrown here in the corner. You put it
Black magic?
on and nothing seems to happen.
Black magic? No.
Magic on it.
You do a detect magic, and there is a faint magic aura on it, although it's only like not even faint. It's dim. It's a dim aura. Like the magic, some magic that whatever magic was in it has been spent, and it no longer like there's no longer any magic in it. All that's left is like the lingering magic aura that it once had, and eventually that's gonna fade away.
And
A second, and you know, the second, rather more disturbing, is the fact that a sarcophagus in here has been opened, and it looks like there are no remains inside, as if stolen.
Another grave robbing. This makes one.
The sheriff looks at the sarcophagus.
I was about to mix up
like,
Thursday, bro.
I'm like, wait a second.
I was about to mix up Thursday.
He
That's
said,
crazy.
That's true. You got
I'm like,
because you guys were dealing. Yeah, you guys were dealing with a sarcophagus in that one.
That is actually crazy.
Oh
I'm
shit!
Like, whoops.
This guy was like, turn it towards the orange lantern. Everybody been like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, oh shit, no. Wrong group.
I just saw the wrong
group.
timeline. Some multiverse shit. Let's go, son.
He saw the
That's got,
multiverse.
Like,
the multiverse of madness. So the sheriff is like,
so you got grave robbers in both.
Why would they take this? This was the sarcophagus that had the remains of the former priests of the cathedral, Azaki and Tobin.
I always felt that story seemed too coincidental. Now there's someone trying to defile the remains. Perhaps is there any morticians or who is the one who prepared the corpse?
Oh. He starts to think. It's like, I'll have to check the records on that. It's been so long. 5 years.
And you haven't had any situations where Pastor Tobin might have had enemies that might have wanted to cause him harm.
Not that I recall. He didn't seem that kind of man. It wasn't like he was an adventurer and had made enemies out there. He was here for a long time, and one of the founders of the old cathedral, and service to the goddess Desna, in fact.
Can I do a knowledge history check?
Knowledge history? Are you trained in it, or? Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah, background skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make the check.
Oh, someone does have knowledge religion after all, huh?
No, it's knowledge history.
He's got knowledge history.
Oh, you
Knowledge
said
history.
history. Oh, okay. I'm trained in history too. But you said religion.
Although what's the question he wants answered? I should have asked that first.
I just wanted to know how long the cathedral had been around. Who the original builders were, just about the the ground, the concept of the ground, the cathedral was built on.
I mean, okay, okay, so you want to know when? I guess it's gotta be one question at a time. You want to know when?
Oh, okay.
He wants to know if he recalls when the cathedral was the original cathedral. Well, it was built 40 years ago when the town was for about 40, a little over 40 years ago, when the town had just began its construction.
Mm.
And the fire happened 5 years ago, which destroyed it and had killed a lot of the servants that were inside. Were either not there or they escaped. There was only 2 deaths. It was Father Zaki and Tobin and his daughter Nualia.
Mm. Did anybody survive in that family?
Did anybody what?
Were there any surviving leftover family, like a wife, other children?
Nope, none.
I am curious as to how the robe made it in here. And yet the person who discarded the robes, their bodies are not laying here or seem to be in the remains of the undead that we have just destroyed. That means that they have somehow placed the robes inside of the room without being attacked by the undead. Is it possible that they controlled these creatures? Are we dealing with a necromancer?
We saw footsteps. We saw the footsteps from earlier were goblin footsteps.
Hemlock.
And a larger creature. I think we have found our perpetrators. However, we do not seem, and the robes, if we are putting this all together, the person who led these creatures here, the ones we have just dispatched, that is the one who probably had these robes on, disguising themselves in some fashion to make their way into the boneyard.
Hemlock is shaking its.
Who manages this boneyard is probably the next question. Is it unguarded like this all the time, or is there actually someone who is on site?
We don't have anybody that guards the boneyard. Just manages. We just have I believe the church manages it themselves. He shakes his head and he's like, that attack in the festival was just a distraction.
Yes. This
what the heck
is what it
he's
seems.
Like, why the hells? What would they want his bones for? I have to report this to Father Xantus right away. And then I have to head back.
Can I roll an no, that would be knowledge arcana. Or would it be spellcraft? I think it would be knowledge arcana if I wanted to figure out like the types of magics that you can do with like remains.
Yeah, roll an arcana.
Feel like
roll an arcana. That could
Yeah, I
could
definitely
help
feel like
this
is some Dungeons and Dragons, like Honor Among Thieves shit. Like someone took the remains so they can just
ask the questions.
Ask it questions forever, because like this person who established, who was running the church. Is there?
I was thinking.
There's probably like a connection. There's probably a connection between like his
All right, so 1d20
his station and something that he knows.
1d20 plus 8. So Waylon scratches the chin, and I'm not sure what he comes up with.
So there is a particular item that Waylon recalls being an alchemist, there are certain things. Being an alchemist, there's certain things that he's more interested in than others, but he doesn't consider himself to be entirely like ignorant of like arcane magic in general. So it's best to know the schools of magic and to know how spellcraft works, and then he he learns to like adjust that to like his alchemical formulas and his own magic. Necromancy is definitely one of those things that tend to overlap with alchemists. The magical control of the forces of life and death. And he does recall from his studies into various items of power that are enchanted by with various schools of magic being at the forefront. He recalls that there was a necromantic item known as a robe of bones. As he's recalling from his like
Robe of
any
bones, you
any,
said?
any magic robes that I can think of, and then he recalls a particular magic robe that involves necromantic magic. And the one that he recalls that fits the profile would be a robe of bones. And they don't tend to look robe of bones. Their appearance typically, anyway, appears unremarkable. But however, it's when you don the robe that it is adorned with small embroidered figures that would represent undead creatures. And only the wearer could see the embroidery. And then recognize the creatures that the patches will become once you detach them. He recalls the undead that one could call forth from the robe of bones: human skeletons, wolf skeletons, goblin zombie, not just any goblin zombie, a fast goblin zombie. And indeed, an ogre zombie was one of them. So somebody had access to a robe of bones, came in with the goblins, broke into the vault, stole the bones, and left behind some undead, whoever. So they left behind, ripped off the rest of the patches of their robe, and conjured the undead ogre zombie and the two skeletons, and left them in the vault for whoever decided to investigate.
So Wayland explains in short terms. I remember back in my academy days, although I did do quite a bit of relaxing and but skirt chasing, if I'm being completely honest. During those times, at least until Quenda showed up, and then I had to sharpen up. I couldn't let my younger brother show me up. But anyway, I digress. What I am trying to say is that while I was there, I did a little bit of studying in the arts of necromancy, dark arts. In my particular line of work, you deal with life and death. I have the ability to affect life in certain things, as far as healing is concerned. Anyway, there is an item known as the robe of bones, a particular robe that would allow one to call forth creatures such as these. And then he gestures to the ogre zombie on the floor. So we are either dealing with someone who has access to the item and is not a full-fledged necromancer, so to speak, or we are dealing with a
powerful practitioner of the necromantic arts. Goblin, to be specific. The plot has definitely thickened, and not in a good way. I don't know how you have accrued such enemies, my friend. But this is definitely a very serious matter.
Yes, it is. If anything develops, I'll be sure to let you know. I have to make these reports. I have to let Father Xanthus know, and I have to send out. I have to put word out and do some investigations. Oh boy. Well, I thank you all very much.
You wouldn't mind if I take this robe with me?
The sheriff goes, well, as long as it's clear it can do no more harm, I guess you can take it with you. If you find any new information, feel free to let us know. I'm gonna go speak with the rest of my militia and see if I can get any information about what happened last night. It's like I've got my hands full for the rest of the day. Rest of you, he's like, the rest of you, I thank you very much. Look forward to working with you again. But please enjoy what is good in this town, and not what is mysterious and vile.
Calvin speaks forth to me and he goes, oh, you mean death-dabbling spellcasters? And he says this while he's looking around to see if he could pick up some of his arrows that aren't ruined.
It's hard to think about the positive things when we've just fought undead that is so close to our town.
It's funny that you mentioned dealing with positive things, because your positive, or I would say your affinity for converting damaging magic into positive energy will come into handy dealing with the denizens of this particular spellcaster. Positive energy is extremely strong against undead.
So Hemlock goes, my first personnel question is Father Xanthus to see what kind of perpetrator would want to break into Father, what's his name again? The previous priest. The previous
Tobin.
priest. Yeah, I know Tobin was the last name. Zakian. Father Zakian's remains. I'll start from there. But I'll be seeing you all possibly maybe later on during the day or even within the week. Oh, you must have made some heck of an impression on that Foxglove character. That nobleman, taken quite a liking to you guys, especially you. He's got his eye on you there, ma'am. He looks over towards Icarus. He's like, he goes, I don't take you for somebody who's naive. Just, he goes, beware his, womanizing ways. It's caused quite a few, has caused quite some trouble here or there with, a few of the ladies here in our town.
I'll be sure to keep my eye open.
But yeah, he's at the Rusty Dragon. He's been looking for you.
Lawbringer Hemlock. I appreciate your help in these situations. And as far as enjoying the good things about town, Understand, we have been here for a day and a half and have already fought goblins and a giant ogre zombie and skeletons. This place is fantastic for my training. I love it here.
Admire your
What a pivot, yo. What a pivot, dude. Sounding God like.
I admire your enthusiasm.
He's like, I
Not
thought
a
this
lot
place
of
would be
people would
boring.
find that
Basically, yeah.
exhilarating.
I thought this place would weaken me.
What's exhilarating? This place, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of people would find fighting zombies and goblins exhilarating.
Mm.
But I admire your thrill of battle.
And your bravery. Mm.
This is the way.
We are definitely lucky that he is on our side on this one. Him and his brother.
Absolutely.
Well, where to for your
Grimnir starts
characters?
grabbing the robes and starts stashing it away in like maybe a sack or something that he's holding. And kind of yeah, kind
Also,
of
is
I guess
there
we're done here,
somewhere
really.
is there somewhere that we can clean ourselves off? This is
Oh yeah, you should have.
rather disgusting.
Yeah, back at the inn, they got
Take a shower or something.
yeah, they got like
Yep.
they got those like wooden, those bathtubs with the heated water in there and
Heat it too.
get a nice soaking.
Mm. What is that? Oh yeah, I remember now. Quindamir is kind of keeping his distance, about 20 feet from y'all.
Well, what is
Y'all
your
can
next?
notice
What
that.
is your next order of business?
Well, I guess we're if there's nothing else to be examined in the in that crypt or whatever, then I guess we're heading back to town and then doing our own investigations. And I mean,
Yeah.
Icarus should really be going to check on her date. I personally want to go spend some time in the city.
He said her date.
In the
So,
town.
no,
so
he-
does Waylon.
Did Foxglove? I know he character saw him and he gave
Icarus
he
is
gave
number-
his he gave his reward. He gave his
It's like 10 gold pieces each.
Mm,
he had like a
the
he
number
had a
is
he gave a
18.
pouch.
Call me anytime.
He handed over a pouch of like 50 gold. I know that. And then
Right.
he invited you guys to go on a hunt. A boar
Oh,
hunt.
that's
That's
right.
why.
He did.
Oh my
I
god!
have
War
to,
hunt.
I
Yeah.
definitely have to go see it.
Yeah.
To go
When
on
is
a
the hunt supposed to be?
to go on a boar hunt.
Yeah, because I remember like I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good at hunting because I got
Mhm.
survival.
I remember that.
I'll go.
So yeah, there's that, and then also there's the festival that's supposed to happen too.
You guys, the festival that was yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, the Swallowtail Festival.
Once the goblins attacked, I think we said the festival kind of like took a break or some shit.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it-
I thought it was gonna
Like
come
shops
back.
They party
were still
crashed that
fucked up
shit.
and trying to clean
Yeah,
up
they
and
ended. I mean, it was nearing its end. They were trying to give like the last. They're getting ready to like leave the give the last speeches until they got attacked, and then after the situation the goblins got dealt with, they just went about with a more somber ceremony and
and started having funerals.
and had a few funerals. There was
Went
like
from
a few deaths.
celebrations
Yeah.
to funerals. So that's crazy.
My God, I got a dip, unfortunately, gents.
All right, it's a good stopping point then.
All right, fellas.
Till
Yeah,
next
I'm only
time.
they just stuck in Thursday. That's crazy. Fuck that bitch.
Damn.
I don't know why I said you can fucking stay tonight, man. I'm so mad.
You won't be able to.
I'm
You won't be able.
mad.
You won't be able to try out your level 2 witch. You won't
I'm
be able to.
so proud.
Oh,
You just
I'm
gained the
so
level.
salty.
Just gained the level. Somebody's.
Oh my god.
Pichado's gonna enjoy that. And Pichado's gonna enjoy Jinx
that's
eating
tough, man.
before you, D.
I'm so salty.
Oh, speaking of which,
You couldn't stay. No.
Man, I be
Come
telling
on.
I be telling my friend, listen, you're just gonna have to watch me for about 3 hours. I'm sorry.
was that really last week? Was that really
Guys,
last
like, I
week?
know you're from out of town right now, but just 3 hours. Just give me 3 hours.
Dead ass though.
She's
Dead
coming
ass
from
though.
St. Louis. That's what makes me upset. Like, bitch, you could have fucking found
Oh,
a
she's
hotel
from here,
or
and
something.
she's from here in St. Louis.
Yes.
Damn.
I just got all these spells and shit.
You can learn something about you, something about your hobby. Come
Nah,
on now.
fuck that.
He said, "No, I'll never share this part of me."
Yeah, I don't give a
It's, uh,
shit.
Said, fuck that.
No one can know.
No one can know what I do in these four walls. All right.
She goes, just sit on my couch and be like, hey, this dude is playing D&D.
Yeah. Yeah.
This fucking
Yes.
guy in D&D.
Yes.
Happened.
Yes.
Man, I think
Find
did
some
this.
shit
Yeah.
Bro, just deal with it, bro.
The game lost its stigma a while ago, though. Shit.
Yo,
Yeah.
mad people play games and D&D. They understand that shit now. It's kind of crazy.
A lot of things
Yeah.
lost their stigma.
Yeah,
Anybody
anime.
when I-
Yeah,
anime
and watching
fan,
anime lost its stigma. Video games
Definitely
lost
the
its stigma.
anime. I don't know when that happened, but
when I first met my wife, one of the very first times I went out with her, I told her straight up, I was like, yo, I'm a huge nerd. I love like wizards and swords and Star Wars and shit.
yeah,
And you're gonna have to deal with that.
Right.
just
She thought I was
That
fucking
shit-
around. She thought I was joking. Thought it was funny.
yeah.
Jack would be
But
trying to
listen.
plan shit. She was trying to plan shit on Tuesday.
Fi-
She was on
15 years later was,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Thursday. Trying to
You
plan
down for
things
the
on
good time.
Thursday. She's like, hey, let's go out for the night. Nah, bitch, I got fucking D&D. Okay, get the fuck out of here. You go out with your friends.
Yeah.
And she asked me sometimes too. She's like, oh, what are you doing tonight? You're going with your nerd friends? I'm like, yup.
Damn.
He's like,
Yeah,
yup.
yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That's the
I
deal.
always tell Jack, what do you think I'd rather be? You want to be doing? I should be doing coke right now, but no, I'm playing D&D
Right.
with a bunch of guys. Okay,
Exactly.
calm down.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're out here. We're out
What would
here.
you want me to do right
We're out
now?
here saving the fucking kingdom. All right.
For real.
Shit,
Doing God's work.
we got demons to slay. What the fuck? What are you
For
doing?
real.
You know,
Slaying
anytime she complains about it, I'm like, yo, I gave you the disclaimer when we met. So
That's
You
true.
knew.
I don't want to hear that shit now.
That's
yeah,
it.
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, you was upfront about it.
Especially after 15 years. Like, nope, can't say shit now.
All right, fellas. Well, listen, I'll see you next week for another
All right.
session. All right, y'all. Good night.
Peace.
All right.
take it
Well,
easy, fellas.
I'll see some of you Thursday. So, some of you.
Come on, we don't have to. Let's not rub that in. son.
Icarus.
You know how epic it'll be to play twice a week. Oh my
Oh,
god!
shit.
Like whoever gets to play 2 sessions a week, that's gonna be fun. But if I wasn't, I'd be like, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could play twice a week. All
I'm
right,
like
later,
in,
y'all.
I had my fucking my 5e session yesterday. That shit was fun. So
I keep
We get
running
twice
into
a week.
people at my job who plays 5e. It's so crazy. Like I've been obviously, since we started this stuff, I'm like have D&D shit up on my screen. This resident who's like trying to study to be a doctor. He was like Pathfinder. I was like it's,
Oh shit!
it's just so funny. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yo, it's wild. It's like anime,
People know.
Star Wars,
People
like
know.
all that shit. My wife, cause we got a new dog recently, and everybody's
Mhm.
trying to figure out a name, and Carrie goes, "How about Yami?"
Yummy.
I was like,
Like-
Yami, like from Black Clover. She's like, yeah, because that's her favorite character from Black Clover. So the kids were like,
Yami's a good name.
The kids were like, yeah, okay. I was like, you know what, Yami's a cool name for a dog. We do Yami. So she
Yeah.
took Yami to the vet recently, and I think the vet was like, he was typing the name in, and I think one of the other the nurses, they were like how's it pronounced, Yami? They were saying Yami.
Yeah.
And then Carrie was like, no, it's Yami. And then the
Yeah.
vet goes Yami. Like he goes Yami. He goes Like Black Clover?
No, it's like
He's
do you see
the-
the
yeah,
cogs turning in
yeah.
there?
He's like Black Clover, and it shocked the shit out of her because she was not expecting the vet to say that.
That's so godlike.
I was like,
Yeah,
how?
man,
I was
it's like
like,
those
how old? I
little.
was like, hold on, how old is the vet? She's like, I'm like,
How
was
old is the vet?
I'm like, cause I'd be shocked if the vet was like in his 50s and 60s and was like Black Clover. Like, dude, what the fuck?
I know that would be godlike though, right?
Boomers are watching anime now. What? No, but nah. He was
We're
like,
all boomers to
he
these
was
fucking
like,
young
she
these
said,
young people these days.
she said he was like in his like had to have been like in his 30s. I was like
Okay.
I was like, okay, that makes sense. And I was like,
Right, that's like my
I was
age.
like, that took you off guard, didn't it? She was like, yeah. She's like, I wanted to say something afterwards, but I was like shocked at like. She's like, I never expected like the vet of all people to be like, oh,
Yeah.
Yami, like from Black Clover. Like she was not expecting.
I
You
feel
know
like
what?
a lot of people are still like, I think a lot more people, like even though there's been a lot of like people, removing the stigma around anime and shit like that, there's a lot of people that still like insecure about it. You know what I mean? So unless like someone
Yeah.
else says it first, they're not gonna really reveal it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's probably something like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Yep,
sure.
yep.
I just kind of like it's like you never really know who you're talking to, so I'll just name drop something crazy just to see if like it catches. And if it doesn't, then I just know to like let it go. You know what I mean? Like
you throw it in the wind, see if somebody catches it. Like,
yeah, basically, yeah. I'll drop some One Piece shit. Like someone be like, yo, we're always talking about like Netflix series or whatever the fuck. Oh, you gotta watch this. No. And someone's like, oh, how many seasons is it? I'm like, oh, not as many seasons as One Piece. And someone be like, oh, my boyfriend watches One Piece. You know what I mean? Like, just come out. You know what I mean? Like it'll just be something like that. And I'll be like, what? You know about One Piece? You know? And then it's
Yep.
you just like I don't know, man. It's just a lot more prevalent. And it's like people that you
Oh,
wouldn't
hell
expect.
yeah.
Like, that was our social worker, the hospital social
I wear
worker.
I
that
shoot.
revealed that
I'm
to
a
me.
loud and proud. I'm a loud and proud geek. So like a lot of my shirts and t-shirts and hoodies
Nice.
are like all video game, anime, D&D related. I've got like 3 D&D shirts, and fucking I get the most fucking like compliments from those shirts.
Oh, word.
I could wear
Dude.
I could wear the flyest fashionable outfit, you know, right? But
Right.
I probably will not get anybody to say anything to me about it unless like I was in that kind of environment, like if I went to the club, right? But when I'm wearing my geek shit, no matter where the fuck I'm at, somebody says something. One time somebody was leaving the gas station. I went to the gas station inside of all places. This guy stopped, turned around. There's mad people in there. Turned around. He's like, I like a D&D shirt. Yo, I was like, what? And then I was at Schnucks, and this girl, she saw an anime shirt that I had. This girl noticed it, and she's like, oh, I like your shirt. And I was like, oh yeah, thanks. I was like, thank you. She's like, oh wow, she's like, looks like it's got all of them on there. And it's this shirt I got. It's called you ever seen the show Friends? The font that it has. It has Friends on there, but it's got Goku, Midoriya. It's got Goku, Midoriya, Naruto, Luffy, and and Tanjiro. It has all 5 of them, and they're all like sitting at a table. They're like drawn. They're like drawn in chibi, sitting at a table, and they're all eating ramen. And it says like Friends at the bottom.
Friends.
But like,
yeah, dude, I love when they do that too. Like when you find stuff that like you said, like in different font, it'll be like anime shit, like your own shit, but it like catches people's eyes because it's like, oh, I recognize that font, and then it's like, oh, it also, but that's like has an anime spin on it. You know what I mean? Like, I like that shit. I do like
what
stuff
else?
like
I went to I walked into Domino's, picked up pizza. I was wearing my Black Panther t-shirt with Chadwick Boseman. It was like you could tell it was like a like a memory kind of thing.
In memoriam.
In memoriam kind of thing. Like you see Black Panther here, you see Chadwick up here. It was a dope t-shirt, and I got compliments on that from one of the girl workers that was in there. And then I was wearing just yesterday, no, a couple of days ago, I had my Miles Morales t-shirt.
Miles Morales.
And got a compliment. Got some guy complimented today. He's, hey, I like your T-shirt, and I was like, oh, thanks. I was like, all the time. I'm
Dude,
like,
with
man, yo.
Matt Pagan. So Matt Pagan, just last thing. Matt Pagan freaking has a Zelda Hyrulean shield backpack that he always like carries around while he's like a security guard. So he's wearing security guard
Right,
shit.
right.
But he always carries that shit around over his shoulder.
Right.
So it's like the Hylian shield, like how Link carries the Hylian shield in his
yeah.
back.
Okay.
And he has like all his anime like
Oh,
paraphernalia and shit
shit,
hanging
that's
from
dope.
it. I
That's a
swear to
dope.
God, bro. I'm always like, yo, Matt, like you are like you're just like giving like you're just like he's got like a whole freaking like neon sign on him basically saying like I'm a fucking like nerd like geek, right? And Matt's I called him out on it one time and I don't know, and I didn't call him out to like kind of like dog him or whatever. I would just call him out because it was just like it was so prominent, and he was like, "Yo, I will never." You know how Pagan is, but I don't get passionate.
Yeah.
I am never gonna act like as if I'm not a fucking nerd or whatever. Like if they don't like it, you know, Pagan got
Yeah.
Pagan just in Pagan mode at that point. I was like, "Yo, son, I fucking love you, bro." But basically, wear it as like a sign of pride. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that's.
Yo,
You'd be
for real.
surprised. You'd be surprised who
If
else
I
is
was to
actually
do,
out there.
if I was to wear any of that shit 20 years ago, motherfuckers would be like, this.
I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Right, pretty much. I'd have got my ass whooped. Like,
That's exactly what
people would look at me like, what the fuck is this
They
motherfucker
look
wearing?
at you
Yo,
like,
whoop his ass.
Yo,
The fuck is that?
bro? Put him in the garbage, son. Fuck this guy. Yo, dead ass though. I don't know what it is, especially in CI. Niggas is ignorant, son.
Oh, hell yeah, Jesus. Oh
It's
my
a
god.
different world back then, son. But yeah, bro. Yeah,
Super Mario! Fuck this motherfucker up right now. Don't you ever come with a backpack like
Don't
that.
you ever come out here bold as fuck, showing off your damn Mario Brothers bullshit.
Yo,
Like,
Watson got those when the Spider-Man PS4 game came out. Watson, he got the sneakers. He got
the red and blue shits.
Yeah, he has them. He bought them, and
Spider-Man.
they look dope as hell. You fucking anybody would compliment on it. Yo, if Watson was wear that shit back
that's
then,
mad cool.
if Watson was wear that shit 20 years ago, motherfucker, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? Really? Spider-Man shoes? You fucking geek? You fucking nerd?
You geek. Yeah.
Where's your
fucking
Nike?
nerd,
Where's
that's
your
how it
Reebok? What's
so close-minded, bro.
You could have bought Jordans.
Why? So you can rob those too?
Right. But yo,
Yes,
nowadays, yeah, shit. Nowadays, like people see you wear that, like, oh, that's dope. Like,
yeah,
it's become so.
I acknowledge it.
It's mainstream now. D&D, anime, and fucking video games, all mainstream.
Yeah.
Shit is wild. How it's
Different
I was
times,
gonna say, yeah.
But
Cra-
it's a good
it's
time to
crazy
be
how
alive.
things-
Good time to be into it. You know what I mean?
Yo, yeah, for real.
There's a lot of people. It's